Biafrans reject the global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Natulaje bano mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Atibe kwa natulane bovo. Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule. Dani moda tulilu. Naya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali waso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Ama abulezi okwenu. Nabaka la kelwego nezi enwe. Nubota kala kelwego nudezi. Baka na baba neno wa aralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Biafra kuyebe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakene nwe Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu bana tayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana njuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa wacha sienyi kakesu ezo pabule bewelo tamanu Umo Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi welo fobi wena tabanu banye Makana fobi abakama Nana nugo nowe Biafra na mekele umulina Nkabo nkani Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakene mi Akwage bulu kwekene na fandi otu Biafra isawa ho And the Biafra is our religion Kodina watachieza muno bibu onye iwere Wesi ya kene rugio Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwem Adubuneli akala ya dike Mafondi mojiri diebu mebide biche vele mongwem Abuzigwo dogweji mali Igbo nine Dogweji malo Biafra miyo Dumegwo chukwu Opagisi kene logi Filipu Efyong Abuzigwo nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye Na ya bụ Biafra ya tulugo enete Una buluna ya bu Biafra ekuigo. Loko gule mwatana kana ele. Abagise akane lugo nyendu manzin nande kanu. Amadike Biafra kede dike. Amadike Biafra bialu.
For the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
There are
accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to truth. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can the
Biafra government they don't exile cabinet. Natukunanda na ya baunuba Baka no ya sulobe ya toka imalugenui Disionike Akada lo mondi Biafra Liberation Army umuchuku Diajes of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na no jisi kenan atugo ya ba ume omo chukwu the Prime Minister H.E. Masi Simon Weber. Abuzi kwa batobi yo. Atwele li omo Biafra bianulu. Anonganga pio tembe wile nabe. Lila li omo biao. Yes. Mwana bwabo bekenelio. Odagiri dimu. Ose fulu dilo bianulu. Makwale na kosa de malaya. Mweji mwagu konyilo sino de lonka sojilo yatiji sojilo walasa. Muzikwe wa batobi Pagada gidi dike bianu Mwajiwe kwala ni yo Tumine tukunye ndi Biafra na nunu Nuna beke nege Asimuna ya dele ni Biafra ni nenamo Asino ya dele ni nenamo Mandanye na bono mweno utelanyi welien Mandanye na bono nudonu no mwe Makana mbona boke kwe na bodike Omoya na no omoya no No bivo ye debeli nedene no wamabuli vemeleme A good legacy will last forever wamabuli vemeleme And in remembrance of my bless you.
Of heaven
the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpee isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara onye ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. Biafra must be defended at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to wear a brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the east, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the west. Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
Authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They're taught by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria have found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone. Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining those who have joined, wherever you are joining us from. I appreciate you and I welcome you once again. If you are joining me from Facebook, I welcome you. I can see Eneje Chukwudi there. Thank you so much for joining. Eneje Chukwudi, you are always there. Thank you so much, my brother Eneje Chukwudi. Thank you for joining. Those who are joining me on YouTube, where I'm hosting the program on David Harbour channel, I welcome every one of you. Thank you for joining. Those who are joining us from TikTok, I welcome you also. I appreciate you. Please, wherever you are joining from, I urge you to like and share. Any place you are joining us from, it is important that you like and share. That is the only way we can be able to reach out to people we need to reach out to. The social media network is not our friend. The social media network is not helping us to send the messages across. They restrict our notification and they limit the number of people we can be able to meet. So the only way we can break those boundaries is by you helping out to share. You share the program, you like it. In any platform that you belong, in your social media network, you can share on your own platform, on X, on your WhatsApp groups, share it and let it go viral. Very important. Every morning we come here to deliver very important messages. And whenever you join us or when you come across a video, if you are genuinely lover of freedom, if you love humanity, it is not just a Biafran. Whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran and you love humanity, please share this program as you come across it. It is very important. Very, very important. So for those who are watching me from the YouTube where I'm hosting the program on David Harbour channel, I welcome every one of you. I can see Juliet. Thank you for joining. Juliet, I appreciate you. Ejikeme, Justin, Ekwem, thank you so much for joining. Ejikeme, Chidi, AKK, thank you so much for joining. Chidi, I appreciate you. Ugude Chukwebuka, thank you. Ugude Chukwebuka, I appreciate you. Everybody that is there, whether I mention your name or I didn't mention your name, wherever you are and you're watching, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. I say, may Chukwuebuka Biafra continue to guide and protect you. For those that are going to come across this very video for the very first time, those who are going to come across our platform for the very first time, and those who are joining us now for the very first time, I want to make you understand that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that belongs to the United States of Biafra, a platform that is working under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and under the supreme command of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, that is where we stand. That very Biafra that was declared on the 29th of November 2024, that is what we are representing. And in this platform, we present the case of Biafra before the whole world. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. What we do here is to preach peace. What we do here is to bring the plight of Biafrans before the whole world. What we do here is to support humanity. What we do here is to support everyone that is genuinely seeking for freedom. That is why we are here. In this platform, we come here to present the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world. Speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. Undiluted truth. In this platform, in passing the message of Biafra, we never apply political correctness. There is nothing like political correctness in this platform. We say it the way it is. What you see is what you get. And that is what we do in this platform. In this platform, we remind Biafrans of their legitimate rights. Those legitimate rights that emanated all the way from Chukwu Okike Abiama and trickled down to every one of us in our countries. Self-determination is a right that God permits. Self-determination is a right that international law permits. Self-determination is a law that African peoples and human rights law permits. Self-determination law is a law that even the contraption called Nigeria permits. Self-defense is also a law, a natural law, put in place by Chukwu Okike Abiama into every single thing he has created, including animals, including plants. Chukwu Okike Abiama put in them a defensive mechanism from plants to animals to human beings. So the law of self-defense is something that nobody can stop. It is a right that everybody has. International law supports that. African peoples and human rights law supports that. The contraption called Nigeria, their law also supports that. The right to life is also a right that is given to every one of us by God. And as long as you survive in that labor room and you arrive through your mother, you have the right to survive and live wherever you are. You have the right to life. International law gives you that right to life to survive wherever you are. African peoples and human rights law gives you the right to survive wherever you are. Nigerian law also gives you rights to survive. But unfortunately, each time we include Nigeria, some of you might be wondering, why am I including Nigeria on these laws? In Nigeria, these laws are written, but it is not being observed for practice. More especially when the case has to do with the Biafran people. They jettison everything that has to do with international law, African people's law, and their own law itself. Nigeria does not obey its own law in all ramifications. The project of the government of Nigeria is against the masses, the indigenous people in that country. Every single project they put in place is against the indigenous people. And they continue to put attack against the indigenous people. What is happening in Biafra land today is something that no race, no country will tolerate. No government of the world will tolerate. But yet, the atrocities in Biafra land today, the insecurity, the loss of life in Biafra land today is unimaginable, caused by the government of Nigeria itself. The Nigerian government is sponsoring terrorism in Biafra land, directly and indirectly. They successfully made Biafra land so insecure that people are afraid of coming out for their home. They have made it so insecure that people are scared. When you go out, you're not sure if you're going to get back home. Recently, we hear them coming out to tell people in their own area. And when we talk about this insecurity, it is not just in Biafra land alone. But the case of Biafra is different in the sense that they have a target. The project in Biafra land is to make sure they take over the land completely because of the resources. Their interest is resources. And why it is so bad is that every single resources that made Nigeria what it is today is in Biafra land. That is why the West joined Nigeria to fight against Biafra. From 1967, a war that lasted 3 good years, a genocidal war. 3 good years, the West joined because of the resources we had. I have played a video where a British was making an argument when even their own citizens, British citizens, we are telling them to stop the war, stop the genocide in Biafra land, that it is not normal. That they should stop the war in Biafra land. A British citizen was making an argument. I have played the video several times here, making an argument that they should stop the genocidal war in Biafra land. They don't have to do that. That is a crime against humanity, but yet the British government continued to sponsor. And the reason they gave was that if they refuse to support the genocide against Biafrans, that the Russians will do. And when the Russians support the genocide and takes over Biafra land, that at the end of the day, that the mineral resources in Biafra land will fall into the hand of Russia. And they can't be able to sit back and watch Russians be in charge of mineral resources. This was an argument that was made by the British government. The only reason they supported Nigeria to commit genocide in Biafra land was to get the resources in Biafra land, to make sure they are in charge of resources. It's been more than 50 years now. They have been milking that resources. They have been taking life. The war has continued, even though they pretend it's not happening. And yet, nobody is saying anything. Nobody is saying anything. We have waited and waited and waited. We have protested. Nobody listens. We wrote petitions. Nobody listens. We made arguments and reported the countries. Nobody listens. We cried. Nobody listens. We died. Nobody listens. Until it got to an extent, the Biafrans decided to take their fate into their own hand. Under our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he started the message demanding for referendum for the Biafran people, allowing Biafrans to take decisions and decide their fate. You can agree with me that the referendum is the most peaceful way to resolve issues democratically. The most peaceful way to resolve matter democratically is referendum. It's a referendum. But in Nigeria, they refused to conduct referendum. They refuse. And the excuse they always give is that there is no referendum in their constitution. And this bunch of criminals forget, you do not need a referendum in your constitution to conduct it. That same referendum has been conducted on several occasions in that same contraption called Nigeria. You do not need a referendum in constitution for you to conduct it. These are people that will open their mouth and talk about democracy. The most important democratic way to settle issues is through referendum. Referendum is a simple thing. It's just like us voting. People airing their opinion, taking their decisions. That is what it's all about. So you can't be claiming to be a democratic country and you refuse a referendum and you ignore it. You don't need it in your constitution for you to do it, to perform it. Referendum is part of life. It is life itself. Even in your various families, in your companies, in your businesses, you conduct referendum time and time again. You don't need somebody to give you approval for it. Mazen Nandekano made that request again and again, and they refused to listen. Instead, they planned to take his life. They attacked him on several occasions. In the process, he lost his parents. Thousands of Biafrans lost their life. They didn't stop. They went to Kenya and kidnapped him against international law. Kidnapping, we all know, is an international crime. Conducted extraordinary rendition and brought him back to Nigeria. Even in that extraordinary rendition that is criminal, they take him to court. The world sat back and they were watching. Even when Mazen Nandekano passed from their lower court to the highest court and won all his cases, they refused to release him and they took him back to the lower court to start afresh. And the whole world sat back and watched. That is why we call it a global conspiracy. But I bet you, regardless what they do, they can't stop us. Even when they thought that holding Mazen Nandekano will stop Biafra, they didn't know that they made the greatest mistake. Mazen Simon Ekpa took up that responsibility. Mazen Simon Ekpa became unstoppable. In fact, Mazen Simon Ekpa brought the Biafra restoration to the highest level. Diplomatically, took it to international level and began to follow all the normal procedures and protocols to own a country. The whole procedure that needs to be followed to restore a country, Mazen Simon Ekpa started from the first to the last. He conducted self-referendum and got the mandate from the Biafran people. On the self-referendum, more than 50 million people gave him the vote to go ahead and take them away from the contraption called Nigeria. As you know, the Biafrans are about 70 million in population. About 70 million Biafrans in population. Out of 70 million, more than 50 million, close to 60 million people, gave him their vote and say, we are no longer part of Nigeria. We want to go out. And Mazen Simon Ekpa went on to pass through the whole procedures, meet up to the requirements that is needed internationally, according to law. He met every single thing that was needed. Instituted the government, had his cabinet, had his own army, and Biafra had everything they needed to have. Biafra had their landmass and their space and had their map and their national anthem. Everything was reinstated. And when they saw that Mazen Simon Ekpa was unstoppable, even when they gave him, they tried to make him the Dangote of Biafra land. And he said no. Just like they tried on Mazen Nandekano. And Mazen Nandekano said no. They tried on Mazen Simon Ekpa. He said no. Then what did they do? They activated the global conspiracy. They activated the global conspiracy through the British and then to Finland. And the Finnish local police took our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa in. Today it is going to 5 or 6 months now. They have held the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in captivity. Our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, was taken away from us while he was approaching the declaration of Biafra, which he proposed to hold on the 2nd of December. And meanwhile, it is important to note that from the beginning of the process of restoration of Biafra, Mazen Simon Ekpa did not do anything in secret. He was updating the Finnish authority from day one to the end, because Mazen Simon Ekpa is not somebody who is hidden in Finland. Remember, he's a politician and a lawyer in Finland. He has served in the military, so there's no way he can hide. He updated the government when he was about to start the agitation. When he came to the declaration, he updated them. During the convention, he went and updated them. Everything was going well until Nigeria and the British activated the global conspiracy through NATO. And they forced the hand of Finland to take away our Prime Minister. It's been 5-6 months and still counting. We're not seeing our prime minister. We have not heard from him. And they have not told us the charge they have against him. They said he's instigated. It's been 5, still going to 6 months. The atrocities of the Zoological Republic have increased. They say he's instigated. The sit at home is still going on every Monday. Even it is much more tougher than it was before. The loss of life in Nigeria today have increased. In Biafra, it has increased to the highest level. This was what Master Simon was preventing. Today, the terrorists have taken over Biafra land completely. The governors are helpless. Entire Biafra land is bleeding. Destruction of house and properties. That is what you see. The politicians are busy looting right, left, and center. They don't care. In the midst of all this, the Finnish authority told us that they are investigating. That they are investigating our Prime Minister Mazi Samanegwa for instigation of violence, for terrorism. This was a man who have served the Finnish army, served as a consular, a lawyer, who was doing every single thing was doing to save his people in the open. In the open, he never hid anything he did. To show you how open he was. And yet, they had the gut to conspire with the British and take him out. And today, up to this moment, we have not had his case. All we are hearing is Nigerian government and Finland pushing their propaganda right, left, and center. Nigerian media pushing their propaganda, using their media, doing their media trial as they always do. Today, Finland is joining Nigeria in media trial. Today, they say they will bring him to court. The next time, they say they will extradite him. The next time, they say they will do this and do that. And their target is to demoralize those of us who are fighting for this freedom. That is the target. Just like Mazi Nnamdi said, Mazi Samanegwa said it also, that their target is you and I. That is their target. They want to demoralize us. Every single information you are seeing online, offline, is targeted as well. But I bet you, if they think that taking away our prime minister and our supreme leader will stop the coming of Biafra, they have learned nothing yet. It doesn't matter how many people you take out. As long as there's still a Biafran alive, Biafra must be restored. It doesn't matter how many people you take out. The reason and purpose of their taking people out at one time or the other is to stop Biafra. That's nothing else. When you are seeing rumors, you are hearing rumors, oh, Mazi Samanegwa will be extradited. Everything is targeted at you to demoralize you. But I bet you, it doesn't matter what happens to our leaders. Biafra will definitely be restored. It does not matter what they do, how they do it. We understand the global conspiracy that is going on. But no matter how they do it and what they say, we are not deterred. We are not deterred. You as a Biafran, do not allow anything to demoralize you. You are the target. The propaganda news today you are seeing in the Zoological Republic, their media trial, they are issuing on their Nigerian news. Don't allow it to demoralize you. Let your eyes be on the rising sun. Everyone, our eyes should be on the rising sun. As long as Chukwu Okike Abịama liveth, we will never lack a leader. We will never, ever lack a leader as long as Chukwu Okike Abịama lives. This project is not the project of man. It's not my project. It's not the project of Mazi Nnamdi. Neither is it the project of Mazi Simon Ekpa nor Dr. Ngozi. No. It is the project of Chukwu Okike Abịama. The time has come for Biafrans to be free. We know it's not going to be an easy task. We know very well it will not be an easy task. If you think it's going to be easy, it's not going to be easy. Because we know that the global conspiracy has been activated. When you look back and see what is going on across the world, you will know how difficult and the challenges we are about to face. But no matter what the challenges is, we will never give up. And I urge you as a Biafran, continue to support the United States of Biafra the best way you can. The United States of Biafra, under the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, continue to support with all your might, with all your strength. And I bet you, victory will definitely be ours. We can see the challenges here and there. Do not put your hope on anybody. Don't put your faith on anybody. It is about what you can do for yourself. It is about what you can do for yourself. Begin to prepare yourself. What can you do for yourself? That should be the question. You have to start doing something, as they said. We have to do something for ourselves. And I bet you we have to go extra mile. We have to go extra mile. When you look at things that is happening globally, you will know that we have to go extra mile for us to achieve what we have to achieve. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It comes with responsibility, sometimes at the cost of life. Sometimes at the cost of life. You must be prepared for what is happening. Look at what is happening in Burkina today. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso, where a military man is there trying to put things in order in his country. Today, you can see the global conspiracy against Burkina. Can you imagine that somebody that is sane, can you imagine that somebody that is mentally sound will go in France and begin to protest against Traoré? Can you believe that an African man, a Burkinabe person, will go to France and begin to protest against a man that is risking everything to set him free? A man who has taken the challenge, put his life on the line to rescue them and give them life. It is not just in word. A man that is already taking action. Within few years, Burkina has been transformed automatically. But today, you can see the global conspiracy that is gathering against that man. Do you see the global conspiracy that is gathering against Traoré? Including conspiracy from the United States of America. Including the United States of America. Now you understand how difficult it is for an African nation to stand as an independent nation. You can understand. Already the government is in the hand of Traoré, but they are trying everything possible, including causing coup. Many assassination attempts have been made against this man within a short space of time that he came to power. For no just cause. They have started their blackmail, telling you how he is using power, how he's a military man. Is there anybody in Burkina Faso that is complaining about this man? None. None whatsoever. They went and gathered some bunch of idiots, bunch of clowns in France, and they were protesting against a man, the only man that has gotten genuine independence for his people. It is so sad. It is so sad that black people we always put their belly forward first. We always put our belly first before anything. And that is why we are facing what we are facing today. That is why it is difficult for us to fight for freedom. Because we put our belly first. That is why it is difficult for us to fight for our freedom. It is about what we eat today, consume it today, and that ends it. That is why you see many people do not keep reserve for their unborn children. 80% of the black people do not keep will for their children. They will eat everything and consume. It is about them and about them alone. They don't care. They don't keep a legacy or a will for their people, for their children. Unlike other race, you can see every other race laying foundation, keeping wills for their children. But when it comes to the black race, 80% of the black race, 80%, more than 80%, do not keep anything for their children unborn or their generation coming. They don't think about their generation. It is about the present. Whatever they see in the present, they consume it, and that is all. Both in legacy, in attitude, and in everything. In everything, they don't think about keeping something for their children, including legacy, common legacy. Keep a good legacy for your children. You won't. They don't care. They live in the now. Enjoy as much as they can in the now, and that is it. Many of them has nothing to keep for their generation unborn. Many. Unlike other race, the Asians, the Europeans, the Americans, these are people who strive to keep a legacy for their children unborn. They strive to keep a will for their children. But when you come to Africa, they think about now. That is why getting freedom looks like almost impossible. Almost impossible. You can imagine the only single president in Africa that have been seen as independent, trying to put things in order. Independent. I don't care whether in uniform or off uniform. And I bet you cannot do much. You cannot do much in Africa without the uniform. There's nothing you can do. You can't do much without the uniform. The major problem we have is that we do not think about the future. Many, about 80%, more than 80% of Africans do not think about the future. They don't think about keeping a legacy for their children or keeping reserve. They focus on when they have money, they buy expensive thing, consume the money within themselves. They can buy flashy things, expensive things that does not have any durable, doesn't have any duration. Flaunting money around just within themselves. It is about their stomach. That is why it is easy to buy a black man over. Very easy to buy them over. The only man in Africa that has come up. You can imagine, how can a human being that is mentally sound from Burkina Faso protesting in France against the only man who has stood up against the imperialists? You are protesting on behalf of the slave master. That is how bad it is. Today, you see the global conspiracy gathering against this only one person. They are conspiring, telling you how, but can anybody that is genuine, can any investigative journalist go to Burkina and interview people? Go to Burkina Faso and interview the people on the ground. Not even by interview, watch it, see what that man is doing, and tell me if there's anything wrong in what he's doing. But they have begin to push their lies. They'll tell you he's a tyrant. They tell you he's using the money for himself. They tell you he's doing this, doing that. These same idiots will see somebody, see president. Look at Cameroon. Look at Cameroon. A man that is almost dead. A dead man is ruling Cameroon. And yet, France is supporting him. He goes to meeting. They hold him. They hold him in a stretcher. He can't even stand on his own. And they continue to support him. The whole Western world, they will go in a meeting, they will see this man who cannot give a word of, he can't give a speech of his own. He can't even walk on his own. Yet, he will attend the same meeting with them in the OAU, in UN. They will see him. And they are not moved. They don't care. They don't give a damn. Cameroon. I saw one of the videos where that man was weeing on his body. He weed on his body while he was receiving salute. And yet, they gather around him and support him. Nobody sees anything wrong in it. Look at the contraption called Nigeria that you're seeing today. A criminal, a drug baron that has a case in the Western world, a well-pronounced case. They don't care. They keep on them about it. Just like they allowed a dead man to rule Nigeria before this one came up. And they helped them to cover it up until today. But today, look at a young man in Burkina Faso, a young man who have genuinely and officially liberated himself, got what is the real meaning of independence. And today they are gathering, conspiring against him. And because of what we are as black people, his own people go to France to protest. Imagine.
Against
Do you
him?
know how many coup attempts that have been made against that man in a very short space of time? The same thing is what you are seeing in Biafra struggle. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu struggling to take his people out. His own people, the same Biafran people, were the people that sold him out.
Massachusetts. Are you saying his own people, the Tuareg guy, his own people went to protest against him in France?
Of course, you didn't see the video.
Jesus Christ.
Protesting.
What? Hey, God.
Paid individuals, paid. That is how bad it is. That's what they
Okay.
say. It is difficult to set. It is difficult to set a black man free. They will
Very, very difficult.
They will
very
put
difficult.
their belly in the front. The same people you want to set free will be the people to kill you.
Yeah, very difficult.
The same people. Once you flash money before them, they don't care about legacy. They don't care about their future. They don't care about legacy. They don't care. They do not care. When you talk about it, is only in the West, in the Asia, in the Europe, in America. That's where you see people talking about legacy. When you bring something, instead of them to get involved, they resign. But in Africa, just wave some dollar note before them. The case is closed. Look at our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is fighting tooth and nail to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is freed and also see that Biafra is restored. It is the same people, including people who are related to the person he is fighting to free. They are in the front line to make sure that he is being detained. They go up to the extent of writing petition. And continue to, they join in the propaganda and blackmail, false informations. In media trial, they join in the media trial against our prime minister. That is how bad it is. That is how bad it is. But I bet you, in this era, in this generation we are, it is not business as usual. Anybody that will get involved in this global conspiracy against his own people, anywhere, anyhow you do it, your end, you're going to meet your end, and nothing will set you free. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, my dear brother. Good morning. You know, I want to start by saying that this guy, Kanye West, there's a statement he made maybe a year or two ago. A lot of people came after him, yeah. But for those who cares about truth, who genuinely believe in truth, and who are ready to embrace truth, regardless of how he hits you, in as much as it's truth, in as much as it's not a lie, fabrication. So we knew where he was coming from. And as much as Kanye is psychotic, if I may say, but he's a genius. The guy has that quality of a genius in him, both musically, lyrically, and the rest of it. But when he said when he made that comment, hello?
We should
go on, my brother, go
on. We can.
Who is speaking?
Okay, I think let me mute him. I think it's coming from Greg. I mute him.
Oh, okay. So that comment that he made like a year or two ago, he said that slavery was a choice. Now, like I said, it was like hair break loose. But trust me that he was very pointed on that word. I'm telling you the gospel truth. And then Nnamdi Kanu has said over and over and over again that, and people like us, to people who reason the way we reason, who observe from very, very young age, I begin to wonder, I begin to ask this question. What a hell is it? What really happened to this COG? Until this day, I continue to say it. Again, maybe not all for the most part, but majorly, there's something fundamentally wrong within this COG. Because why do I say that? Nnamdi Kanu has said repeatedly that the problem of blacks, not just Nigeria, not just Africa, blacks worldwide, the good, the bad, the ugly, the poverty, the dehumanization, the marginalization, call it everything, it stems from the head of NDCOG, stems from the head, the brain, how we reason. Jesus, I can't say this enough because I've traveled vastly and I've conversed with a lot of people and I've seen a lot of things. It stems from because, okay, let's just even leave slavery aside, come down to it. Your point today is very, very, I can't even, look, this guy from Burkina Faso, oh God, as it stands now, maybe there are others, I don't know, but at least two Black or African leaders, they stands out. Two young guys, Nnamdi Kanu and this much younger Traore of Burkina Faso. Do you know that this guy stands for his people, stands for Black, stands for Africa 100%, and Black people, Africans are helping to try to destroy him? You know, where do I start from? Do you know that this global conspiracy is no joke against Africa, against Blacks? You know, it is a natural phenomenon. Where do I start from? Do you know that Saudi Arabia, that guy who is their prince or king, I don't know what he is, he proposed, of all the numerous problems confronting Burkina Faso, he came out to tell the president that he was going to donate 200, I think, how much, I don't know, about some billions and billions to build 200 mosques for them in Burkina Faso. The young guy, Traore, blessed with wisdom of Solomon, who, by the way, is a Muslim, but he came out to tell him that, hey, thank you so much for your kind gesture, but you know what? If Palestinians can pray under the rubbles in Palestine, in Gaza, that we have enough places for people to pray. That building of mosque is not a problem. That we need job, we need hospital, we need good roads, we need pipe. So that money, if you really want to help, why not build schools? Why not build industry? Why not build the road? Why not build social stuff like that? But you see, now the thing is, for the Saudis, just like the rest of them, by the way, all they are interested in is the propagation of Islam. They don't care about humanity. They don't care about growth, development. They just want to make sure Islam takes over. That is their primary objective. And this guy, who is, by the way, Muslim, was smart enough to know that religion is a personal business. If you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Hindu, whatever it is your damn personal business. What is important to humanity is development. So that is just by the way. And now, I'm just hearing from you, very interestingly, that his people probably bought over by the Western world.
Hired people.
Hired by the Western world. But you see, you don't need education to have some wisdom in you. How can you not know that this guy is trying to do right by his people who have been ripped apart, exploited, completely plundered by the French and their Western cohort from time immemorial to this day? And that useless guy, the French Macron, coming out to say that they are ungrateful, that they are not grateful, that they are ungrateful because they help them to keep to stabilize, to keep the bullshit. bullshit. What they do is they fund and they support the terrorism to destabilize them, thereby stealing everything they are stealing. But this Burkina Traore knows, and we have always known, they will never ever bring anything good. Never. So it's important to be able to dissect and separate these things in their because if you look now, they work in coalition, they conspire together, they know what they are doing. Because
it's a global conspiracy, the one that hurt me much when I saw a general in the United States, a black man,
is being used.
Such useless comment about Traore.
They always use them. They use them.
Money to empower himself, using the country economy to empower himself. Just imagine.
Yeah, but it's like what is happening in our place, Biafra land. The likes of Soludo, who is academically, if you know what I mean, he's being used by the caliphate to destroy his people. So that's what you see in that general in America to a black man saying all this, saying that because he has completely lost it. During all the destruction they brought to Africa, most times they use black people in America, some in the military, some in politics. They use them because so you begin to ask yourself then, that is this now the central question. Is that not, don't you now think that there's something fundamentally wrong within this COG? You must ask this question. A people that have been so exploited, plundered, destroyed, scattered all over the place. Till this, they continue to perpetually keep them underdeveloped. This is the plan, to keep Africa continuously, perpetually underdeveloped. That is the Western ideology. I don't miss word when I say it. Forget about this. They tell you missionary this, global is this, it's pure lie. It's an agenda that was set quite clearly to keep Africa perpetually poor. And I said to my young guy, David Yenden or something, that journalist, investigative journalist guy, I said to him, you are part of the problem, just like many others. They are part of the problem, because the key to unlocking, Jesus Christ, I can't say this enough. The key to unlocking the destruction, the backwardness, the underdevelopment of Africa lies in the actualization of Biafra, lies in the destruction of Nigeria. That Nigeria is the central focal point in which Africa was chained down. I am telling you, and the day Nigeria breaks up, the day Biafra actualized is the day that a black red general get their freedom. That you can write it down. Time will prove us right. Nigeria is oh my God. So, but this David, why do I mention his name now? Because there's a lot to say, as a matter of fact. I just saw him, I think it was yesterday, because he's a one Nigerianist. And I don't see them any different from the colonialists, from the imperialists. I don't see them any different. Knowingly or unknowingly, they are part of the problem. So he was having seen the program from that one we played, this you know the program I'm talking about, where Bruce Fain and some of these our people were So he came out, this David guy came out to say that there are this think tank group in America, that they are trying to mix up the farmers' headers or Fulani headers, mix it up with Biafra issue, saying that that Biafrans are being persecuted because they are Christian, blah, blah, blah. So therefore, he was basically saying that that these Americans, they want to come and disintegrate an African country. That is how he put it. That is Nigeria, that they are trying to disintegrate. America has predicted many years past that Nigeria will disintegrate, stuff like that. Okay. So but the thing is, I know he's probably a Pan-Africanist. That is the David Yonder or whatever.
These are a bunch of idiots. All those ones that call themselves Pan-African. These are criminals. They are the worst. Worst of the worst. They are the worst. They are even the reason why Africa will never survive.
100%. 100%.
They are the reason
100%.
why Africa will never ever be free. All those
They
Pan-African nonsense.
They are misguided, mischievous, and sometimes Amusu safe. I can even call them Amusu, some of them, because when you see something that is going to make a difference, going to change the life of the people and the continent, when you see something that is going to change the narrative, bring the light into Africa, and you are working against it, knowingly or unknowingly, that is witchcraft. You are Igbo. There's no other way to put it. Because trust me that Africa will never make headway. This thing will continue year in, year out, decade after decade. It will continue except one basic thing happens. That is dividing the people along tribal lines.
If you don't do it, Europe has done it and succeeded. Asia has done it and succeeded. America has done it. If you don't do it, you are going nowhere.
Europe set the pace. The blueprint was set by Europeans. In Belgium, I was with a granny, and she was telling me that when she was very young, very little, that there was so much problem in Europe, hunger, poverty, and the rest of it, because they were all, like joint among themselves, Netherlands, Belgium, Portugal, this, that, Spain. But they came to the realization that it's not helping anybody. So that they have to now split up, along tribal lines so that you can now be able to manage your situation according to the familiarity of your people, with a little bit of understanding on how to go about it. So they split up. These are small countries. Netherlands is like maybe 5 or 6 million people. Can you imagine? Belgium, the same. Luxembourg. All these are small countries.
People that have similar value system, and they are living happily.
Exactly. But the same people, these Europeans, they don't want it to happen in Africa because they know that the day that happens, that is the day Africa sees the light. That is the day development begin to come in Africa. But they don't want it. What they want is to continue on this hide and seek game. Oh, we are philanthropists. Oh, we give aid to African, British, and the rest of that. Oh, we are the one helping them. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, what happened to this COG that they can't reason?
Look at Traore we are talking about within a space of how many years? Look at what he has done without the help from anybody.
God bless Russian government.
He didn't borrow anything from anybody. He did it on his own. Look at what he's doing in his country. Because all that money you are borrowing from them is your destruction. You don't need to borrow anything from them. What you do is just shut it down completely. Make do with what you have. You have everything. Simple.
They are the one that must. They are the one that must come.
If they want to get the resources, they should come and buy from you. If they want to open a company, open it here. Let there be a solid agreement between both countries. We can still live happily on that way. Why must you be a beggar? Be begging from place to look at a country like the Zoological Republic. With all the resources they have, more than so many countries of the world. Japan, what resources does Japan have?
Let me tell you, this Western world, they are the one that were supposed to be coming to Africa to borrow. I'm telling you the truth. And we will give them conditions in which to borrow. Because we have everything. We have the weather, we have the natural resources. It's just unfortunate that the damage was done much earlier on when our people did not have the enlightenment. They fall for it and they capitalize on it and they cause almost irreparable damage that is going to linger for God knows how long it's going to linger. Trust me, my bro. So when I saw these people, some of them, they come and call themselves Professor Lumumba, Professor Soludo. These are a bunch of evil criminals.
Evil criminals.
I see them for because they know the truth.
All those bunch of nonsense they are talking is rubbish.
So, David,
go back to dividing the places along tribal lines. If you fail to do that, all this is crap. Okay, look at that we're talking about. Look at South Africa. Look at the way South Africans, they don't want to see anybody with the eye. They don't want to see any other tribe with their eyes.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you from any. They don't care where you come from. How are you going to solve that problem? How are you going to solve it? And that is how it is in every African country. Once you go to Ghana now, they see you as a Nigerian. They know you. There's no way you can mix yourself up with them.
Yeah.
Likewise in Nigerian, when they see, they know a Fulani man see you now, he knows you are from the south.
Yeah. So
it has nothing to do with you.
So for me, when I look at these people, I have so much disdain and so much I have so much disregard for them because one, I think some of them they know the truth, but for whatever, either because of their pocket, their stomach, whatever. But trust me, I have absolutely no respect for this because, like I said, if you want to solve the problem of Nigeria, and that will take care of the rest of the problem in Africa, for the most part, just let the people have their different regions. Simple as that. That is a how can I say magic wand, something like that. If you just let Biafra go, Oduduwa go, Arewa go. If whoever it is in Benin, if they want to have their own, if Middlebay want to have their simple, everything solved. Then I keep saying it. Then you make your own law, your own constitution that will guide and protect you and pave the way for your growth and development. But the Western world simply doesn't want it. This is it. That is why the British in particular, working in conjunction with Finland, but slowly but surely, the maker of him, Finland sit there knowing all this, and they incarcerated Simon Ekpa for no reason, just because they are all working together to make sure Africa doesn't see the light of day. And when you live among them in the Western world, you see their children with their bloated ego looking at you as if you are some African guy who is hungry and ran to them. But the actuality is that they are the hungry one. They are the one who is bellyfoot and hungry. They are the one who is feeding on Africa. They know that. But oh my goodness. So, you know, like I keep saying,
they look at you as a beggar, somebody who has come to seek for help.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter your qualification. Once they see you, they look down on you.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I watched a program also that yesterday about this general guy in America, the black guy. I don't know his name, right? Because we've seen them many in the past, the Colin Powers of this world, the Condoleezza, so many of them who are, you know, so we've seen them all. They are being used by the same people, the same old phenomenal natural enemy. They are being used, you know. So they give them their what they want, money, fame, whatever. You know, so they don't know that part of their problem too stems from Africa. They don't know that because there's no one country in the entire Africa that is well off, not even one that can rub shoulder, that can speak, not even one in the whole Africa have that leverage to speak on international level, not even one. That is rubbing off on them, but some of them probably don't know why. That's why also they can just look at them and slaughter them on the street like a chicken. They won't do that to an Asian person. No, they won't. They won't even do that to an Arab. So, but you as a so obviously, when I look. Sometimes I look at it in maybe in two ways. So it's maybe there's deficiency in the brain creation, whatever it is, or malfunction. I don't know. Or is it the nature? Is it how God made it? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, I submit to the will of God. He knows everything. Why these things happen is best known to him. I question, but sometimes I don't, you know. So, but I know that there's undoubtedly a problem with Ndisi. Make no mistake.
Even when you talk about the slavery, if you think reasonably about slavery, how can you imagine that 50 Europeans will enter into a place where you have thousands of Africans?
Yeah.
And they will carry them.
And conquer them.
And take them.
Yeah. I remember.
And they were using, you know what they were using? The same people. They were using the same Africans to conquer Africa. And
it's still happening to today as we speak.
Up to today, that's in Africa. And somebody will still come and be telling me of Africa. Divide the countries along tribal lines, and people will begin to defend themselves.
Yeah. And these friends,
people, even when they came to Nigeria, British had to go to Ghana to take Ghanaians to fight to conquer the people in Nigeria.
Yeah, yeah. That's how bad it is.
What they are still doing up to today as we speak.
Yeah, it's happening. When you just said, because I didn't see it, that Burkinabes, that they are being used to protest in America, you said, hired, sort of, you know. So
in France, not in France.
Or in France, you see. Now, you ask yourself, this Burkina, what the money, whatever it is you are being paid, you ask yourself, the electricity that powers France, the source of it comes from Burkina Faso, comes from Niger Republic. And France, not only are they benefiting from it, that thing they get for almost next to nothing in terms of money rate, the French will come to Europe and double the price, sometimes triple it and sell it to other European countries.
The Californium that is powering France today, the Californium that is powering France, they got it from Niger. But in that Niger do not have light.
Exactly.
It is Nigeria that is giving them light.
Okay.
But yet, it is resources in their land is powering France.
Then you ask yourself, if these people are not that human beings, if these people are people with any soul in them, would you not say, you are British or you are France, that the source of our electricity and power and growth is coming from here? Let us also develop, let us build it so that the whole place will be light. And you know what I mean? But no, that is not whom they are. Because for them, that Neanderthal syndrome, for them is a zero-sum game. It's either they have, you don't have, or you have, they don't have. There's no in-between. If you have, they don't have, they are coming for you. So you have to prepare yourself, and not just physical prepare, mentally prepare yourself. Because those are some of the things that led to the same slavery we are talking about. How only 50 can come and conquer a whole continent.
Less than 50 will come and conquer thousands and millions of people.
Yeah.
And you begin to imagine, they will tell you they conquered there. Sometimes I sit down and begin to imagine when they say the British conquered this place, they conquered. How many were there?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, how many were there?
Yeah.
When they talk about Lord Lugard and Co., when they talk about them, go and check how many people were there.
Yeah.
That conquered a whole south, north, how many were there?
And the girlfriend.
It is the same thing you are seeing today. Look at this struggle. Some of the individuals that call themselves Biafrans, you see them, they call themselves millionaires and billionaires. You see them how they are going to Abuja to bar for the
okay, so when I look at now the efforts making around, and I saw it briefly because sometimes I just go through, I see these things. So that young lady, Lisa, who is obedient, P2B people, talking about Showore trying to destroy P2B to be the guy who will take over from Tinubu in 2027, whatever. And you ask yourself, it's just every way you look at it, it's coming from one direction. That same issue, that old problem that confront the entire Black humanity. It's just incredible because you and I know that neither Peter Obi nor Showore is going to change Nigerian fortune. None of them have it. Nobody can change it. The destiny of Nigeria is already sealed. You know, it's two ways. It's either you succumb to the caliphate who wants to take everywhere, Fulanize, Islamize, and make you a subject to them. You know, that is one. Or you get up and defend and say, no, that I will not be a slave the second time. So these are and these people. So when you look at all these P2Bs, man, and you look around, not just in Nigeria now, entire Africa and the entire world, you see the same. You can see the same pattern all over the place you go.
The same thing.
It's incredible, and the people cannot even reason to know that. And again, when I just mentioned the Saudi Arabia prince or king, who is attempting to build mosque, because building mosque is the problem of Burkina Faso, not industry. not education, not hospital, no, but mosque. So you see, but in his own country, they have every of these things. People, they are enjoying all those things, but he looked at you, he saw poverty stricken, but the only thing he can contribute to help is to give you a mosque to go and pray, Islam. So my brother, we have to, I don't know, I think we are few. It's unfortunate. Sometimes that is what makes our problem as a global black race very difficult, because we are few. If we're not few, the problem would have been maybe halfway solved, but we're very few. When you look at Africa, you saw these people who call themselves Pan-Africanists, and you come to Nigeria, you see those fighting for one Nigeria, even when they know, when Nigeria is not viable, it's never going to work. As we speak today, the level of killing.
Look at this idiot you brought his case now. This is David Ede you are talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know where he come from.
I don't know.
If you are not a Biafran,
why are you talking about us?
Why are you now dragging the issue of Biafrans that are trying to save themselves?
Exactly.
Chaos that is in Nigeria now. You're not concerned about your own region.
Yeah.
You're not concerned. Why don't you focus? Leave these people alone. Focus on your own, on how to save your own people. Why are you bent on destroying what others are doing when you are doing nothing?
David Udein is not Igbo man. It's not Biafran. What's your job because of skin color? Well, this is the problem. This is the problem. The skin color you are looking at, all the Europeans have the same skin color, but they could not cohabit. Everybody find their way. They split up and they are doing well.
They themselves along tribal lines, and people are living fine and okay. They don't have problem anymore.
Yeah, I just look, bro. Honestly, I wish, I just pray to get into a platform with guys like that, so that I will talk to them and see where they will fall in, if they will fall into gutter or frying pan, whatever, because they have no basis for what they are propagating. All this rubbish they are propagating, including Showere himself, because these are very, very mischievous individuals. They come out.
Look at the very good example that everybody should teach every one of them lesson. Look at Julius Malema with all his Pan-African. Look at what his people are doing to other Africans in his country.
Yeah.
With all his message of Pan-Africa, open border, everybody go anywhere you like. Look at what his people are doing.
Yeah.
Can he be able to stop it? Has he been able to call them to order?
Yeah. That Malema guy. These are a bunch of, oh my goodness. So my brother, anyway, I deal with you for now because
Greg, let's hear from Bro Greg. He's here with us.
If we begin talk on this one, but we have no choice. We have to keep speaking because that is, we have to, everything we can do, we have to do it. Everything. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead, my brother Greg.
Yeah, good morning, Cheers, and good morning, Mazi Christian. Good morning, Biafrans, and my greetings and prayers to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our PM, Simon Ekman, and all the cabinet, and DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, and all the goodwill people, and friends of Biafra, and supporters of Biafra. May you come be with us and help us achieve our aim, our dreams. Yes, choose. It's a very good program you started this morning. And as we are talking about it, I was going through the X, seeing what is going on there. Since yesterday, I find out this protest against this young man in Burkina Faso. And I was very angry about it. And any African that is not angry about the move to bring that man down, that person is a fool. This protest against this man in France, it will show you that a lot of Africans don't want to be free. Many people are too much happy. For them, living in Europe is like they won lotto. They have gone to heaven. Many of our people who find themselves in Europe today, they have reached the highest aim in life. Their prayers have been what will bring them to Europe, and they will be answering, I'm living in abroad. I'm in Germany, I'm in France, I'm in Paris, I'm in London, I'm in America. That is the only achievement for them. That is the only what they wanted to achieve in their life. So because they found themselves in this Europe or America, this Western world, they have gotten to their highest point in life. So any other thing you are talking, if you are talking about freedom, if you are talking about self, if you are talking about protection, if you are talking about anything that can turn Africa, their homeland, where they will be free, where they will live in their father's land, in their mother's land, anything that will make them go back, if they have any whatever they will do to make sure they stop you. Because some of them don't have the vision. Some of them don't even have the mind. There was a time that this Western world, or this Europe we are living now, that there was a time that they were more when they were more backward, when they were facing too much hunger and too much hardship, more than what Africa is facing today. And they bend their neck, bend their waist and their knee on the ground and build their own land. So when somebody like this Ibrahim Traore came up in Burkina Faso, a lot of evil people is against him. All the African leaders is against him. Your leader, African leaders, all the West Africa, look at Tinubu, left Nigeria for 3 weeks. So even as the president in Nigeria, he is too proud to go medical treatment in abroad. So, and for the past 3 years now he has been in power, he has not been said, if it is only making sure I can no more go to abroad for treatment is what I achieved. He have not done it, and his dream or his vision is not going towards that side. So, but anytime he have a small headache, he have a private jet. He enter into his jet and he fly any part of the world and go and treat himself. And the 200 something millions that is under his control, those people, their life doesn't matter. If the wife of Tinubu, the children of Tinubu, any of them that have problem, they fly abroad, they go and treat themselves. That is that colonial mentality, because their minds tell them that even though they are president of Nigeria, but there's nothing they can do to get themselves free. There's nothing they can do to make them free from flying abroad for medical checkup. And he forgot whenever he flies, he started that jet and fly, millions go. When the time he went to knock his in any medical distance in the Western world, millions go. He have to eat in dollars and pounds. He wash his clothes in dollars and pounds. Every single day he sleep in any hospital for any treatment in the hospital. The money goes in millions. That doesn't bother them. So when you see this protest against this Traore in France, then you'll be asking yourself, is it not the same people that is living in this West France with me in this Europe, where he will wake up every morning and he go to work, where he will go if he want to, there is some job he will go. When they look at him, they will call him a black man. There is some houses he will go. When he want looking for that house, they will not give it to him. They will call him a black man. There is some areas he will not enter as a black man. There's some places he cannot go as a black man. There is a level of things he can do in that France, even though he's too much happy and he have gotten to his level of his dream in life by living in France, that is the area he cannot enter as a black person, even though maybe some of them are born in that France. There is the level he cannot attain because his origin is from Africa. It doesn't touch them. So what touched them is that little change they will give them, go and protest against, what do you call him? This is Ibrahim Traore. So that is the level of our wisdom. And the same thing is plain in this agitation we are doing, this freedom we are fighting. Many people don't even understand. I only say they don't understand the importance of what they are doing. Because you cannot tell me that as I live here, I am not any person that is not in his father's house. No matter what they give you, you are a foreigner. There is nothing like you want to visit a place, you visit and you go home. And you live in your house. When you get in your house, anything you find in your house, you eat. But when you go to a foreigner's house, you will see it. What he has is what he will offer you. And the things he will have, he will not want to offer you because he keep those things for himself, not for you as a visitor. So he can offer you what he think he can offer you because you are a visitor. That is how it is. We living here in the Western world, they can offer us what those kind of things they think that is for us. Majority of us living abroad, the kind of jobs we do. Can somebody mute instead, please?
So, no, it's you, no? Well, I don't know.
No,
because
it's not for me.
It was coming from you before when I was talking.
Okay, go ahead.
No. So, when some of us that are living here in the Western world, so some of the jobs most of us are doing are the ones that those people, the main indigenous of the land, cannot do. 80% of the job some of us are doing, the owners of the land will not do it. And even if they will do it, they will do it in one or two kind of condition. It's not the way we do it, they will do. I remember when I was here new, about a year or 2 years ago, when I was looking for a job and doing this. So, and the one German man, I was telling him, looking for work, doing this. He called me, said, he had to let me know that any job that will take me here, I must know that I will do it double than what German will do it before they can accept me. So I hated that man so much. But as time goes on, I was looking for that man again. I did not see him. I didn't know that he was the person who even liked me because he told me the truth. You know, he told me the truth. But that time he told me that that he had been in Africa, he know the way their people behave, that I have to be strong because the work I will have here, I have to do here in Germany. I must know that before they return me, I have to do it 2 times before they can return me. So I hated this man, I hated him so much. I'm telling you the truth. So when time started going, I started finding out that what this man told me, he is the person that even have care, or somebody like I can say he have concern for me. But I don't have his contact anymore. I couldn't get his contact. There was no way because I hated him. I refused to go across or do anything with that man. So, and that is how it is. So these people protesting against this man are people who don't understand their left to their right. They don't understand what they are going. So they are happy. They when they go to McDonald's in France, they buy a burger and they eat. When they close, they go to what do you call it? To a supermarket and they buy something and they go home and they cook, they eat. That is the only thing they think they can achieve in life. So that is the kind of category. There are a lot of different categories of people. And what I'm seeing in this thing now is, this is the game France is playing. France tried to use America against Ukraine. Europe have been trying, it didn't work. So they couldn't bring Ukraine and Russia to jam, Ukraine and America to jam them ahead. Now they want to use Torah, Africa. In Africa is always the level where any person, where if you want to reconcile any problem, you go to Africa. If some people didn't know that the Second World War was caused because of Africa. Many people didn't know. Now, what caused Second World War was Africa. They were thinking that they just Hitler get up, he want to take over the whole Europe. No. What caused the Second World War was Africa problem. If you, they will tell you, if you get the whole history here, they will tell you why Hitler wake up and started attacking other European countries was because after that amalgamation in Berlin, when they balkanized Africa, France and Britain take almost all part of Africa. So German did not get anything. And the small places German have in Africa, the France and the Britain come in Africa and then drive them away. They drive them away in Africa. So German doesn't have base. Now, when Hitler came to power, he built German military and everything strong. And he said, we will colonize Europe because they drive us away from Africa. And after we capture Europe, we will go to Africa and we drive them, and we use Africa as a farmland. That was the goal. So it was because of the German did not get portion. So those portions they have in Africa, France and Britain drive them away. So when Hitler came to power, Hitler was very angry about it. So, but a lot of people don't understand. It was Africa problem that caused Second World War, 100%. And the center is trying to come to play now. So the one you use Africa as a playground, where they will use Africa to unite themselves in order to do what? Because some of the African people are now opening their eyes. And when you look on what is happening in this world now, when Europe came to Africa, majority of Africans, we are not aware of why their purpose of coming. Even they lured them into businesses. From there, they started capturing them and taking them as a slave. So, but in this time around, they are coming openly. That thing that you will find in your land, we must have it. That is what they are doing. Everything we have in your land, we must have it. And we use your people to get there by colonizing you. So those mineral resources in your land, you will not benefit from it. It is our own right. That's what Europe and America is trying to do. You cannot wake up and say somebody who is in his land with his people, that he's using his gold, they are producing his land to protect himself and his government. He's not using it for the masses. When every day the man is bringing out new things. A few days ago, he made primary to university free education. How many African countries have it in Africa? Me and you here, since we are born, did we have anything? Did you know anything concerning free education? Did you know anything concerning about free water, free electricity? What have you as a Biafran gained from Nigeria that is free even for 1 year? Nothing. You have water in your land, you have to do it on your own. You have electricity, you have to do it on your own. You have a house, you have to do it on your own. You have schools, you have to do it on your own. But this man is building a house for the Burkina Faso, building schools, giving free education. Now they want to use Islam to come. He said, no, hold your house in your Muslim land. We have no problem with those mosques. We can pray anywhere we have. That is not our problem. Now the world want to gang up against him because the Islam they want the Muslims. They want to come with their Islamic agenda. He refused. Now French want to be there by all means, and he refused. America is looking for a way what they will use to gang up against him in order to kill him. And yesterday I was listening to news. They said that the man has survived 18 times as this thing. Q. They wanted to kill him. Who are those sponsoring it? The Western people. What is their interest? To colonize Africa and get those things they have by force, whether they like it or not. They must have it. So you think they're coming up now as if they're flying. Look at the Biafrans are suffering for many years, and we are killing. They clean us as the Christians. What have Britain shown? Which concern have Britain and France shown? To show that we are sharing the same religion and the same culture with them, since they care too much for the masses. All these years, Biafran have been killing us, even the Muslims. Every day 50. Tell me anywhere in the world where they have government, where people will be dying every day 150, and nobody is doing anything. If they too much, how many people is dying in Burkina Faso? Show me those places that they're killing people in Burkina Faso. And in Nigeria, where they're killing Christians every day, bombarding them, destroying everything. The Western keep their mouth shut because that is not their interest. Look at the whole trust Simon Ekpa have in Finland. He used Finland as his own. He can die for the land of Finland. But they betrayed him only because of what? Their own interest. As long as Simon Ekpa is a black man, what they don't care. It's not for their own interest. So what is their interest is that thing that they want to have. The man that loved them too much, be in their military, serve them, be in their government, their politics, serving them, and they have child with them. And that child will still serve that land, Finland, is the Simon Ekpa blood. But they betrayed him without any evidence. Tell me anywhere in the world where you can keep somebody for long without any concrete evidence of where you will arrest, where they will, in this Germany, nobody will go and arrest you without any evidence. They cannot arrest you and put you in a prison before they start looking for evidence. It is only in Finland I have seen it in the Western world. Before they pick you up here, you and your friend can be eating every day. We don't know he's doing all this into business. You will not know. And you, both of you will be calling, doing everything, you will not know. And you, both of you will be eating in the same restaurant. The day they will capture him, you, both of you will be in that place. They will come, only him they will take. Because they will have been monitoring, they know what he's doing. Because they have all the evidences. When they will come, they will say, this is the person we are looking for. You, is not you. It has nothing to do with you. They tell you bye-bye. When you finish your food, go home. We have taken the person we are looking for. Because they have evidence. They have been following that person for a long time. But they took our PM and they kept him this while, telling the whole world that they need evidence. When they have not presented evidence against him, the only petition, you can arrest him. So that is evil of this international world. There is no democracy they are propagating. There is nothing that called democracy. The only thing that called democracy is when they put you on their foot and march you. Then that is only democracy. But when you raise your head and say no, then that's not democracy. So I pray for every African to stand up and speak against this injustice that are trying to play against that man and the injustice that is going on in Africa, especially in Biafra land. Thank you, my brother, and God bless you. I give my mic to another person to speak. You muted yourself, Masius.
Everyone that is watching us, wherever you are watching us from, I welcome every one of you. I thank you for being part of the program. I appreciate everyone that is sharing and joining. As you join us, please make sure you share this program to your family and friends. Share this program to one person at least. Each time you come in, make sure you share to at least one person and like the program. Very, very important. it is time for us to begin to take responsibility, more especially those of us who are Biafrans. This is the time for us to take responsibility by ourselves. Stop waiting for any Messiah to come and help you from the moon. There are things we need to start doing for ourselves now. We don't have to wait anymore. You have to be ready for anything. There is nobody that is coming anywhere to help you. Only you will help yourself. Even if help will come, you must have helped yourself before somebody will think of helping you. So we must wake up and take responsibility. Let's hear from Anison. Anison, let's hear from you. Anison, you are there. Unmute yourself. Anison, unmute yourself. Let's hear from you. Anison, you are muted.
Okay.
Yeah, you are muting yourself again. You unmute and mute. Unmute yourself. Yes, go ahead. You muted again. Just unmute yourself and leave it on mute. You are muting yourself. Okay, go ahead. We cannot hear you, Anderson. You are muted. You are muted. Why you cannot mute? Maybe you just go out and come back again. Just go out and come back again so that you can be able to unmute, because we can't hear you. You're not unmuting. Go out and come back again, Anderson. My brother Christian, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was on TVC. I saw Shore, who is coming on very strongly now. So, because everything about Tinubu is imploding, and he's being... Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so obviously they interviewed Shore, like that Lisa lady was saying, that Yorubas, well, some Yoruba, whatever, they are trying to maybe there's the feeling that Tinubu is no longer, won't be viable for 2027. So, and obviously their calculus is this thing won't go back to the north because according to them, rotation, north, south, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, 2027 Atiku or anybody in the north wouldn't have a chance. So it has to be a southern, at least, maybe a Yoruba, whatever. So, but what I observe is that as a result of that, because Tinubu looks like a card, like a pack of cards that is falling off. In another 2 or 3 months, if he go reach, he will run again to France for medical treatment. But they will tell you that he's going on a walking visit. My goodness me, these people shame not this. Oh my God. Walking visit, now France in the walk. Anyway, so, but the thing is that Shore, like I said, coming hard now to say he tried to completely destroy Tinubu, that when they were fighting for democracy, Tinubu was in America selling drugs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, but one journalist, I don't know who he is, asked him a very, very important question. The guy said to Shore that now you want to be president of Nigeria, you are fighting to be president of Nigeria with the level of insecurity in all the regions. So if you become president, how are you going to be able to solve it? That Buhari could not solve it. Tinubu could not solve it. No Jonathan, nobody. Man, that question was, oh my goodness. You know what Shora said? He said that, so the guy asked him, how are you going to solve it? He said that if he become president, that he will make sure he deal with poverty. I think that was the word he used, like economic. And I look at this, oh God. Oh God. And I said to myself, if I was a journalist or if I was there, I would ask him, so you think that economic reason, poverty, is why they are terrorizing the entire Nigeria. Now, there's no country anywhere in the world, not even America, where you don't have people who are living in poverty. There's no country. Not even in UK here. There are people.
My brother, Christian. You see, when they try to bring this poverty into terrorism in Nigeria, I ask them, how much is AK-47?
Okay, well, me. I
how
always
much is one AK-47 for a Fulani man? A Fulani man can survive with 1,000 naira for a year, because what do they eat?
Yeah, Mazi Chus. So this is the thing. Guys like us, they can't debate with us. I'm telling you, because we put them, like I always say, flood them and dehumanize. So you say you be sure, you say you have the solution, you say you blah 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 blah, and that is all you can give. That is all you can say. Maybe knowingly or unknowingly, whatever it is. But is that all you got? That you will stop poverty, you will create. Are you mad? These people are not. How much, like you said, how much is AK-47? This costs thousands and thousands more than if one person's monthly salary, maybe two persons monthly salary. What am I talking about? 1 year person's salary cannot buy AK-47. AK-47 costs maybe 500,000 or maybe 300 or even more,
exactly.
Right? So how much is it? So
what is it? Receiving that salary in Nigeria?
Oh, so when so for you to know, because like I said, we look at these things critically and deeply. Showore, P2B, Atiku, all of them, they have no solution. I just feel sorry for the people in the zoo, people in that contraction that have head, but there's nothing in their head. Because why do I say this? They're all looking for their own stomach. They are looking out for their own stomach and legacy. Tinubu fought like hell. Tinubu bought everything, bribed his way through with the criminal drug money, everything, just for his legacy. But unfortunately, God always have the last word. His legacy is tainted and tattered. Because even though these people don't have shame, the word shame doesn't exist in their dictionary. But trust me that these people are they are worthless. Even a piece of paper is worth more than Tinubu. I'm telling you, with all his money.
What is that, for me, they are not even pursuing legacy. They just want to add to their portfolio.
Wait, Maz. I'm talking about their personal legacy. It's like a badge of honor. It's like that legacy. When I say legacy, yeah, because the legacy is of diverse opinion. Their own personal legacy, like I say, badge of honor, to be known or to be seen as former president of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
That badge of honor, because Buhari too the same. Okay, Buhari was different because he fought like hell to come so as he can push Fulanization and Islamization. That is very clear. Okay, so but these other guys like Tinubu, like the rest of them, P2B, Showore, they know that they cannot solve. There's no way you can solve the problem. So now, but look at even how unfortunate the answer from Showore appears. That is, in other words, he is saying that it's because of poverty that there is terrorism in Nigeria. That is madness, pure madness. Because if so why is there no terrorism in Ghana, or is there no poverty in Ghana? If they came to Ghana, the Ghanaian government flushed them out because they know what they potent. If you allow these Fulani Marudas to come into your country, you are in big trouble. So for him to say that it's poverty related, that in other words, that's how I look at it. It's poverty related. So you can't even solve if it's poverty related. You don't even. So, but these are just again. He doesn't have the capacity. He cannot be president. The Fulani, these Fulani hijacked Nigerian system. They stood up already. They are now at the point of no return. So he cannot be president. So P2B cannot be president either. Except he will accept to be vice to Atiku, as they've tried to let him, lure him into that he will only serve 4 years and P2B will continue. So if he be a fool and accept that, and but another thing they don't even know, will this evil contraction called that, will it be in one piece by 2027? Nobody knows that. We're 25. We're just early 25. We're not even 26. How much more 27? Do they who give them the guarantee that this oh my goodness will be around?
The zoo is gone already. It is gone.
Okay, so they are talking 2027.
Just like you said, I pity people who are in that zoological republic and those who are still having hope that something is going to happen. Do you know that every single one of them that is contesting for this their madness called presidency, none of them is bold enough to define terrorism in Nigeria. They continue to call it farmer header clashes,
including Shore.
Yeah, every one of them. They are
scared.
That scam. They are still
scared. Yeah. They're scared.
The first thing you have to do is to identify the problem.
Yeah.
When you can't even be able to identify, how will you solve a problem that you can't identify? If somebody is sick, you go to hospital. The first thing to do is to diagnose your problem.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Shore comes out. He acts as if he's a tough guy. Okay, maybe he's a tough guy. I give it to him. But he's also playing to the gallery because this system in the zoo, this Fulani hijacked Nigerian system, so far as it is, they decide which way it goes. And they told Tinubu, go there, sit down, you can do this, you can do that, this you cannot do, that you cannot do. And that's why when there's clean all over the place, he doesn't talk, he can't talk. But when they touch one Fulani, he talks. Now, Shore, I've watched him one time on an interview, and people were talking about these Fulani Marudas from the Sahel region, their intention, what they intend to accomplish. Shore just clearly said that it's not tribal because he's trying to play to the Fulanis. I know, we know these things. He says it's not tribal, that is this, that. It is tribal. What are you talking about? Now, let's look at it like this again. You can say that it's not all Fulanis that engage in the terrorism, but all the Islamic terrorists are mostly Fulanis. So you won't be wrong to say. Exactly. So you won't be wrong.
The soldiers of ISWAP, the full soldiers of Al-Qaeda, the full soldiers of ISIS, every full soldier of terrorists in that country.
Fulani. Shetima,
there is no doubt about it.
Okay, Shetima and Bola Mohammed, these are all Fulanis. They created the whole thing because they do, and they didn't hide it. So if you say people shouldn't call it Fulani headers or Fulani terrorists, what do you want them to call it? Yoruba terrorists? You want them to call it Ijo terrorists or Igbo terrorists? That don't make sense. I mean, you have to be, because like when these things were happening, Trump called it Islamic terrorists. Some of those evil globalists, pretenders, they say that he's Islamophobian or Islamophobic. Yeah, they attacked him. That why is it? But the terrorists who are, they are Muslims who are doing it. So what do you want Trump to call them? Buddha terrorist or it's just crazy. You must call things for what they are. So if the Fulanis feel like they don't like it, then they should stop it. They should stop encouraging it, because you don't have to be a suicide bomber to be a terrorist. You don't have to be what can I say? If you encourage terrorism, you're a terrorist. If you finance terrorism, you're a terrorist. If you organize it, if you condone it, you are a terrorist. And these Fulani elites, from Buhari to Sultan to Bola Mohammed to Shetima, who dines with them, and all of them, in my assessment, they are all terrorists. The fact that Shetima, who is the vice president, doesn't wear bomb to blow up some place doesn't exempt him. No, it's not. He's because they created it. And he hasn't come out to condemn it. Rather, he said that they should deal with them. You remember he said something? Oh, man. But these people, I don't know, people in that country, something really is, again, maybe it's that black problem. I don't know what it is. They are scared to do the right thing, to even speak the right thing. When you go to the media, they will just be, dancing around the whole thing. Their channels, TV, they'll be dancing. But right there in their face, a Fulani guy, Bala Mohammed, told them what they were about to embark on. That was years back, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He told them that is what they do, that they have a program under Buhari regime to settle all the Fulani from the entire Sahel region in Nigeria. And the journalist asked him, are you saying that Fulanis who are not Nigeria should be brought in and settled in Nigeria? He said, yeah, that is what they are. And they have all pretended, all the media houses, all of them, as if they don't know. But fast forward, everybody is reaping the reward now because it's happening. Thousands of them, if not millions, were allowed inside during Buhari. He opened the gate for them. And he said, visa on arrival. Lies, bull crap. And
let's hear from Anderson. Anderson, let's see. I think your network is okay now. Anderson, unmute yourself. Let's see if we can be able to get you along. Anderson, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead, Anderson.
I don't know what is wrong with the network here.
Is unmuting you. You unmute it. When you speak, it will mute you again. You are muted. You are muted again.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon from my end here, Brotis.
You're welcome, my brother.
I salute all of you in the house, and really I want to express a kind of a profound gratitude to you and all these brothers that used to join you during the program. It has been some weeks ago, though I traveled out to the Biafra land, and I spent some weeks there. You know the factors who were suffering there. There is no way of me coming into the show all this while because everything is boring. We are being suppressed and subjugated into a kind of a very low background. That you don't, even the network, no electricity, not talk of charging your phone and having access to any internet communication. So, but thank God that I'm finally back to my base here. So, and I want to really say I hold you in a very high esteem. So sometimes I watch your program and I see how really you are holding on this Biafran struggle. And I want to commend you and all those that are working tirelessly to see to the freedom of people. The conversation here is very, very interesting. There's a kind of a lot of interaction going on, but they're intertwining. And all of them are having the focal point of how we can be out from the clutches of this stupid enclave, the demonic enclave that the British has built for themselves. You see, really, let me start from the side of Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. There is nothing hidden. Everything you see going on, the protest you see that is going on in France, is well arranged and sponsored by the French government. Every one of us has seen how Macron has been running about and they're going after this young man's life since after he realized that this young man has, in fact, doesn't want anything of European interference mostly in Burkina Faso. And seeing the alliances he's building alongside with Mali and Niger, it has not been giving him any joy because some of us will not understand that has been affecting the French GDP. And there are some secrets that they don't want it to be exposed. Because if they are not able to get this man out by every means, definitely that they've been covering and they're pretending that their people are living comfortable or they have a better government with a well-structured economy that is taking care of their people will not be exposed. It is obvious that these people are sustaining from what they are stealing in African soil. It's very clear. So they are now losing a lot of things from the side of Burkina Faso. What they are getting for free, on a free gratis, from the soil of Burkina Faso, from Niger Republic, and from Mali, is too much for them to contain it. There is nothing happening. Even the Africans that are being sponsored, that you see that are protesting, and it is not their own making, because many of these people are being brainwashed. And the problem we're having in Africa is that the power to discover who we are. And when a man has failed to discover himself, it's a very big problem. Like some of us say in Europe there, and they're misbehaving as maybe because of the mansion that they offered you, or the kind of the life you are living there, you think you are free. It's a kind of not having that human mentality and deep understanding. They will never use an external force to fight you. The Western world, it is your own brother that will use to fight you, so that people watching you from far or watching the scene from far will continue to say that they don't have any hand. After all, it's their own people that are complaining. It's their own people that are fighting. They're fighting the person that is trying to do something good for them. But they are the one orchestrating this thing from behind, managing the whole problem, the whole propaganda. They are the one controlling it in order to see that they have their way. But I wish that Africans we come to the time to understand that the Western world, the unity in Western world you see they're having today, is not because they so much love themselves, but it is for them to maintain the stand of suppressing Africans and taking what belongs to Africans for their own survival and their own selfish interest. It is quite clear that the 75% of Western survival lies in what they are taking from African soil. And Africa can never be well. They will never want anybody that have good intention for their own people to come to the helms of leadership. Because if you attain the height of leadership and you are having good will for your people, it's always to their own disadvantage. This is not the first time they've been arranging problem. Everything was suffering in Africa, like I used to say before now, it is being orchestrated and well managed by Britain, French, and the Western world. They go about on daily basis. Like I said last time, the Berlin Conference was not for any reason. The Berlin Conference that you see today, the European Union is a product of Berlin Conference. The United Nations and the rest of them is a product of Berlin Conference. All this in the arena, all this organization they formed was not for the interest of the humanity and for the sake of the progress of the whole world, but rather it is to maintain a stand of how they can keep enslaving Africans.
Yeah.
And continue taking what belongs to Africa, because there are people who are having dead conscience. They don't have shame in their dealings. But I can't imagine that you are helping me as a person. You conclude that without you helping me, I cannot be anybody and I cannot do anything. Then at some point in time, I came up and tell you, Mr. Man, the help you have been helping me, I thank you, and I am okay. I want to be myself. Let me see what I can do to help myself. Is it not enough for you to leave me alone? If really there is nothing, if not that there's an ulterior motive behind what you are doing against my existence, it is to relieve you of your burden. I said, don't help me again. I want to be on my own. But you are insisting that you are helping me. This is the height of hypocrisy. This is the height of human wickedness and evil agenda. I said, I don't need this help. You are forcing me to receive this help. Please, for goodness sake, let us try to assess it and make a meaning from what these people are placing in on African people. This is why you see them, they're always running around. If you know, like I used to say, but I know that God is going to put all of them to shame, that are thinking that they have the power to stand against what God has destined. That is the coming of Biafra. They are going to suffer, and in fact, they will not. They will be left offended to see how God will miraculously set the Biafran free. I am believing that what happened in Egypt in the day of Moses and Aaron, Joshua and Caleb, is the same thing that is going to happen in our own time.
See?
They believe that Africa, they don't. And then what you see really happening is this: there is no problem. They brainwash. They manage to cage our people, and they cause them a kind of a brain damage. That even when your brother is trying to fight for your own good and tell you that this is the right way, come, let us fight against the external invaders and the enemies. Even you will turn against him and start talking things that is out of point, things that doesn't make meaning. You start saying that you don't understand why he's doing this. You start seeing yourself as if the state you are living or your life is okay. How can your life be okay? Look at the kind of mess going on in the zoo. Look at the kind of killings going on daily basis. People, the world does not see the evil going on in the northern Nigeria here and the world at large, where the Fulani terrorists and Islamic terrorists are killing people and trying to serve people from their ancestral land to take the land. All they have is against the people that are fighting for a good cause. They know that what the Biafrans are fighting is their own right and to be free. Because the whole world knew quite right that we are facing existential threats. And the agenda is against us. They've arranged all this in from the years immemorial. coming on daily basis, and they don't want us to realize ourselves or to see it as if there's any problem, so that we will continue to be suppressed, because they know that any day we are free, not only that Biafrans will be free, but the black race all over the whole world is free. But if they know what they are doing and seeing the handwriting on the wall, I think by now these people should know that they cannot. It is like a woman that is pregnant, and you are trying to cover it. It is not coverable. No matter how you try to cover it, the pregnancy will shoot out, and the whole world will see it. But because the evil in them will not allow them to see that their time is off, and they should allow these people to go, they will get drawn like the way the Egyptians get drawn in the sea. Because the evil they are doing against, most especially with the Biafrans, is too much. It is we that are fighting for our own freedom and survival that these people are seeing and trying to tag us a terrorist. Why the terrorist group in fact, different groups in the north here are celebrating their killings, and nobody question it. No one wants to talk about it from the whole world, because they are also collaborating. It's a collaboration. It's a kind of a collaboration between them and the terrorists. And when they sack us, then they will now partner, and they continue to take what did not belong to them because they don't have conscience. I think this is why I respect Biafrans. Biafrans are the kind of people that they can never go to touch what did not belong to them. We have that conscience that we are born like that we don't think of stepping into what did not belong to us, nor laying our hands on what we don't know about it. We do anything you see us laying our hands or hanging our hand or fighting for, it is what belongs to us. But I see that these so-called people who are always claiming that they are trying to direct the world and make sure there is peace, they don't have conscience. Everybody knows that what they are after, what they are doing is stealing and going to where they do not have anything to steal what belongs to the people and make these people to continue suffering and living a kind of a perpetual slavery, in perpetuity. Then tell me, they're always forming alliances. You see the Macron flying from one country to another, from one Western country to another, going and seeking support to Scandinavian countries and all this, even Eastern Europe, trying to cause problem here and there, like what one of the brothers said. It was the plan of France and Britain to bring problem between America and Russia, using Ukraine to set the standard. But it's quite unfortunate that they are not achieving this dream. And now you see them, they are like the other day, I watched the UK parliamentary when they were addressing, trying to say that they are doing this. Africa, some of them are saying that Nnamdi Kanu should be free and this and that. Is it now that they know that Nnamdi Kanu has been in the SS dungeon? A man that has not committed anything. A man that is speaking for the freedom of his people. A man that has not stolen anybody's penny. A man that instead of stealing somebody not belongs, is sacrificing what he has suffered to achieve in order to see that his people attain a kind of the heights of freedom and they become free from the shackle of the demonic British entity that they built in Western Africa, in West Africa here, and name it Nigeria. But my problem is that what is wrong with my own people? You are seeing your life, you are living in a state that you don't know what your fate, you don't know what your fate will be tomorrow. And even seeing from assessment, you know that you are in danger in the next 5 years. If something is not done, if something is not done, you are going to be caged. Not only are going to be caged, you are going to be slaughtered, and your generation will be wiped out. Because that was even the sole agenda of Britain during the time of the civil, when they instigated the Civil War. The agenda was to go exterminate the Biafrans from the surface of the earth, because they believe that Biafra is a thorn on their flesh. But because God has always set a time that is going to prove to humanity that nobody has power to utter what he has made, and that the creation of this world belongs to him, and he's going to use his people to take glory. That was why they were not able to succeed. If not for God, the agenda was to exterminate the Biafrans. What is the offense we have committed, please? All these things we're always trying to preach the message and saying that we are trying to make sure that the whole world is get to know about what we are facing. The whole world, even them, they know what the propaganda they built more than we that are propagating the freedom of Biafra. They knew that what we are passing through and all these problems, they built it. So that by so doing, they will continue to steal and make the resources on our soil. to better the life of their people, and shamelessly, the people you are stealing their resources are suffering. And now that they've realized that you are stealing what belongs to them, why will you not shamelessly allow them to go? Why are you hanging and insisting that you will be part of them? This is what is happening. What is happening between Ibrahim Traore and France, and this is how it's also the French. They pretend all the countries that they pretend to colonize, and they call it UK colony. That is nothing good. They built or they said there. All they planted there is propaganda, evil, and they bring in evil people who doesn't have the sense of humanity, people who are far from what human existence means, to come and be on the head of leadership so that they can control them, and through them they will be sucking and they nipping what belongs to us for free. There is nobody, a politician in Nigeria, mention all of them. All these persons that are talking about coming 2027 and the P2B is one of the most useless human beings I've ever seen on the surface of this earth. There is nobody among all these politicians that have human thinking. And the Western world knew quite well that these people don't have human sense. They knew that the sense in these people's call is animal reason, animal senses. And that is why you see they're always projecting them as a leader. And people, the fools will always see them as people, as leaders. No, they hijack power by force to suppress the people. That's why you can see that a professor will be under a kind of a primary school dropout, and it does not make any meaning. I watched before the election of Tinubu during the campaign. One of the clerics, one of the scholars, go on the national TV and was telling Northerners that, look, I want you people to understand one thing, that what we are doing here, we're not promising people to give you anything like better life. We're not promising you people to give you a light, to build anything, special structure, make your life a better one. But rather, we are trying to let you know that we are fighting for a common cause. And that common cause is ethnic cleansing and the religious cleansing. That is encouraging them to vote for him, that will hold Islam in the highest esteem. That anybody that come in there and is a Muslim, that they are okay. They should not think of anything that they want to get. They should not think of better life. And this is the agenda that is going on. The killings is based on ethnic cleansing and religious cleansing. And this ethnic cleansing is to make sure that this West African soil here, where that's our ancestral land, they receive it forcibly from us and make it a Fulani Caliphate home. The Western world are the one, sponsoring them and arming them. Somebody will say poverty. What is poverty? Like you said, poverty, and somebody will have money to buy AK-47, AK-49, rockets, and the rest of them. This problem, like you said, we have to stand up. Everybody have to stand up. All hands have to be on deck. The problem we are facing is open. Those causing the problem to us, they know they are the causing it. And they knew now that we have realized and they knew that, even before now, they knew that we know what we are doing. And they knew that we are the kind of people that have sense of belonging and sense of direction and knowing what we want and where we are going. That was why they brought the idea of amalgamation to match sand and gari and fried gari, that that it is meaningless. The gari will not make meaning. The sand is not meaningful, but it will continue to be there. And then through it, they were going to be making way, and they probably, making the people to see that they're having a good government, building a good economy, giving them all they want, with a stolen property from another man's soil. Because their conscience is dead. But please, I want you to please not to be tired in this good work you are doing. I'm always watching each time, even when I was far, that I don't have means to enter into your program. Sometimes I watch the program after you've done the live program, and I see how wonderfully you are. In fact, you are becoming one of the icons. My prayer is that God will keep all of you alive. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, our supreme leader, they will live and see the coming of Biafra. All of us is going to celebrate it. But one thing I am telling this Western world, that it is good, that it is time now for them to make a stitch, to make hay while the sun shines. So a stitch in time saves 9. They should see the handwriting on the wall and allow the Biafrans to go. We have not committed any offense. We have not done any evil to anybody since the existence of Biafra. Since I was born, I have never seen Biafra offending anybody, nor doing evil, nor going after what not belongs to them. They should stop all this hatred, this passionate hatred they have on us. They should allow us to go and they build our home like the way God has wanted it. Because if they continue to stand against our way, they are not going to only suffer, but they are going to pay with the last.
In network, don't cut. Hello?
Okay. His network, I think his network is off, so.
Oh, okay.
The network is off, so we will continue.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to be rounding up now so that we can face some other things to do. Before we continue, I think there's a video I played yesterday. Played some part of a video that I cut out yesterday, but I think I have to play the whole video to help those who cannot help themselves. Because there are so many Biafrans we understand who cannot help themselves. Now we have to continue to do what we have to do to excel. For those who said they are confused, you don't know your left, you don't know your right. We have said it several times that the confusion has been there for a long time, but now everybody has to take responsibility. The defense of our land is in our hands. Don't allow anybody to distract you. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anybody to confuse you. There is no excuse. There will be consequence for every action that you take. There will be consequence for everything you do. Always have that at the back of your mind, that for every decision you take, you have to be ready to take responsibility. Let us watch and listen to this video that has been circulated, and many of you must have watched it. If you have not watched it, it's an opportunity to watch it, but let us pay attention at it once again. Many must have watched it, and let's watch it again together before we round up the program and make our closing remark.
Very long time, and yesterday the camel back was broken. What I will not, and I think nobody will condone in this government, is
Christian, are you there?
And destroying.
Yeah, I'm there.
When you participate in building a structure, and then you want to be a tool to be used to destroy it, we are not going to allow that. So it is either we'll show you the exit door so that your contribution and what you have done and your participation that lead to what we are having today, the result we're having today, will remain the same. So once the devil possesses you and you are going to be acting as a tool to destroy what you have done in the past, we will show you the exit door. If you repent, you will come. And if you don't repent, you remain there. Everybody is a Biafran, but not everybody will be part of the liberation of Biafra to the end. I have constantly warned about this.
Everybody is for Biafra, but it is not everybody that will be part of that liberation.
Yeah.
I have said it several times. People will fall out and people will fall in. That you are in the front line today doesn't mean that you'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you are in the front line today, you mess up, Biafrans will drop you.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory you be part of the government. Once you mess up, we don't take out your Biafranness. You still a Biafran, but you cannot be part of that very restoration. We are all Biafran. But once you see somebody deviating, you should give that person the door out while we continue to pursue the Biafra we are looking for. This message is important. This is a message that was passed by our Prime Minister in a very critical time. I want you to pay attention. He's going to say some more critical things on this video so that we can be able to digest it properly. That is why I bumped it.
This was before the incarceration, sort of, is it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, fellow cabinet members, ministers, yesterday I was very, very tired during the fundraising because as a human being that I am, running from one place to another, with all the bombardment and the heat coming from here, all corners of the world, that the Nigerian government are pushing against the struggle. When the fundraising ended, I don't know what woke me up. I went to my Twitter page and I listened to DPMDrNgoziOrabueze ranting and shouting about the activities or the character of people in the government, in the cabinet. And I have warned her several times to not attack anybody, both directly and indirectly. And each time, she will apologize. So it seems that she knows exactly what she's doing. There is something I did not tell this cabinet before. A few weeks ago, I logged into DPMDrNgoziOrabueze platform and I was listening to a conversation between DPMDrNgoziOrabueze and Carolina. And Carolina said a lot of rubbish. I listened for over 5 minutes. They didn't know that I was there. I exited that platform. I came to the meeting and I told DPMDrNgoziOrabueze to stay away from Carolina. Because in that conversation, Carolina was the one talking. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze was eating and was nodding her head. Yes, that is how it is. I don't want to go into details to start telling what she was telling DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, and they were gossiping. Now I came here, I warned DPMDrNgoziOrabueze to stay away from Carolina so she don't put her in trouble. I did not stay to listen to what she have to respond to her, how the gossip will go. They were gossiping and gossiping. I came here and I told that DPMDrNgoziOrabueze warned her. And then after that, she sent a message to me, didn't open that message because she had been sending messages which I am not responding to. But yesterday, she sent a message to me, which I would like to play for everybody to hear. I don't know whether you people are going to hear me when I play this message.
Hello,
can everyone hear me? How you hear what I'm playing?
Yes, we can hear it, PM.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear.
Yes,
yes,
we can hear.
Pay attention, please.
I know my yesterday after fundraising. Somebody sent voice to me. But, okay.
She said that somebody sent voice to her.
It's a Josiah Rama. I won't on a program. Mazi. I'm going to one a man a mother and a married woman like others. And I want to tell you that I want to go to Biafra land with healthy. About now, if you're such a Biafran, no Biafran, but I will say, how can Ganaya, BP? Says in Marian or Wayana de Maho. But right from home, madam, young Kunazum mother can make Kuni. What you and Omada did to me, I come check for Bear because the man named me here. I know how you treated me in Omada, and I know how you are treating me now in this Biafran government. I know people are telling you, forging things, telling you, Carolina do this, Carolina do that. But do you know one thing? I am so happy because I know my hand is clean. God knows who I am. I forget all these things. Last time, God gave me a message to you. And he said that I should also tell Ngozi. And Ngozi is not my friend. I do what God said, and I'm happy that God chose me to be giving me message to you. But you neglected it. The last message in Chukwukikabiama, Nyelom, Tanyegi, Ijewodi Ajagonya, only team up, be against me, and you call me a gossiper. Now you people are enjoying treating me bad, maltreating me, disgracing me. But one thing I know, that message comes from Chukwukikabiama. I cry to God. The type of trance Naba is too much for me. God, why can't you make my pastor and my PM to be discussing this thing, but I cannot bear it again. Sometimes I will be in trance 3 days and still come fundraising. Don't know what is happening to me. They call me a gossiper because I give you a word that God gave to you. I am on my own in my kitchen. Ngozi Burubia. Yana ebe ite yana na dora matim na call. Ani kuneshi. Osini actually adadorama na ogodoman mayor interview. Isi ke kunte ogodoman. Osi that man that guy na space. I jamo ante muzanga. Nsi oke na afia boho ogodoman na afia bo. Good man. The only thing about that, the time I'm most maybe against that, I know when we can forge out something to defend ourselves, we didn't wear cover. I know. God tell me. I don't ask anything. If I have problem, I go straight to God. Like what happened yesterday. The attack we have, I know what caused it. God don't lie. What am I call my pastor immediately. I don't give chance to my enemies. But he will call me gossiper. Who me, a daughter of God, a gossiper. I tell NgoziOrabueze that I will not forgive you. Because that word comes from God. And you go and tell Obi. And I told you again, being a Pumaka, go on. Ignored me. I didn't say I'm the one. I said Chukwukikabiama. You ignored me. You go and form prayer warrior. PM. Chukwukikabiama know that I love you with all my heart. And Chukwukikabiama know the love I have on you is not love for man and woman. I take you as my son. I can die because of you. But you want to kill me with DP. Why I'm telling you all these things is this. God said that Gowon will not die with Ababangida all these ones. This message I wanted to give you on second after your birthday. You have offended God. I gave you message, too heavy message. You neglected me because I'm a woman. I'm living in Europe. I don't know anything. I want to tell you something. Only Adedorama know this thing. I fight for people, but people don't fight for me. But because I have God that fights for me. You see, I don't know how to tell you this thing, but I want you to know how you break people's hearts. I'm telling you, especially me. You know one thing? You see why when I come to meeting, I'm just watching all your cabinets. I know what God is telling me about them. You see all these things, I will enjoy it. I want to tell you, as you people are making me crying every day, my son is watching me, my husband is watching me, I'm sick, I never have BP. You see, a day is coming, all of you will cry. I'm telling you. You see, let me tell you, God said that as you are seeing that those your cabinets, one of them is already gone. That day, when we have a dead human being walking, is inside their cabinet. God said that one of your cabinets is no more with us. It's no more with us. I don't want to tell you this thing before. I don't want to break your heart. But let me tell you this thing because you want to kill me. So let me know. But the thing again, that day, that now even me, I asked God, sending this, please, can my PM with pastor be talking together so that I can get myself? I didn't have answer. I tell pastor. The same day the pastor Jukwal God, can he be sending this message direct to you? But God said no. So we can never do what God did not send us. This is my only hope. God, and he can never allow you people to do me anything. You people can keep on insulting me, calling me gossiper. I want to know, what that do me bad thing cannot go free. I'm grateful. Every day, someone to cook it na ezimozi. The day this one of your cabinet is ada. But I know that person is not no more in this planet. But some that they can get you to this my voice. I'm going to break because I that is I don't know say bam. You know Onya juro make it juro nya Iman onya nzuzu. You know Onya juro juro nya na imego guys imego guys imego that natural. I'm going to be in that. Give it a minute. I'm done. We go happy Easter. I'm not a woman, no.
All right, everyone, you just listened to what Carolina said. There are many voice notes which I have never listened to. The point is that after Finland Convention, this woman has been bombarding me with all manner of messages from God I don't know. First of all, I want to make it very clear. I am Ekpa Simon Njoku. I believe in God, and I don't believe in any pastor. I don't believe in anybody giving me message. I have always said it, even on the live broadcast. Nobody, please, who is making noise, please? Oh, sorry. I've always said it on a live broadcast that anybody that has any message or any prophecy, please hold it. Don't tell me. I'm not interested in your prophecy. You don't know what I went through to grow up like I am today. So you cannot just come from nowhere and tell me your God said this, your God said that. I'm going to believe you. First of all, I know when your God is trying to destroy what you have built. So when such message come, I pretend as if I didn't listen to it. This woman has been bombarding me with messages, how this God is this, how this person is this, how person is that in the cabinet, and all those nonsense. I don't listen to them. I never responded to her. And I have never addressed her as a gossiper until I listened with my 2 ears. And she was the one talking. while Adadarama was nodding her head. I stayed in that platform for 5 minutes. Immediately I left there. I came to meeting Adadarama. I think I told them, I don't know if as I came to the meeting, immediately I asked, is Adadarama here? So she was also waiting to start either fundraising or something. And then I told her immediately, stay away from Carolina. She's going to put you in trouble. Because it is not hearsay. I heard everything she was telling Adadarama myself. And nobody told me, so I was there. But because they don't know how this gadget works, she didn't know that I was already in the platform trying to hook up my program. And this gossip was going on. So I came to the meeting, also to the Zoom, and I warned her to stay away from Carolina because what I heard was so disturbing. Even after that, I did not, take everything very seriously. But it is becoming a distraction to this government. That Adadarama will go out there and start talking as if there is a war going on. I don't know who is using two of them. The last time we suspended Madam Erewa, if Yongubiko used it to do program. And the way this woman, Carolina, is talking, and the way Adadarama talked to me suggests that information leaked from either one of them. Let me play also Adadarama's voice.
Good morning, sir. I'm sorry sending a message by this time. After the wedding, we're going to get a mongo no tour. I'm going to be a big iwe winage. And I'm sorry, life. We can on my channel. I'm going to be going hanging on my channel. The joy. At least told you good your waist top one morning on a life. And I knew oh, and then something I named. And since he did one of my video from my channel, and I need a pussy. They still put on a speech, Biafra, and I so because I mentioned it because of men, as young as he, only name joy. Then I have Jimmy ABC, or Jimmy Boray, and the Jimmy Agnisi. So now Adams, sorry for men. The year when me own at Ninja order. Sustain is the muddy key host. About 1 day in the key host. Then after keep much a day in the key host. The media tips, however, I'm well if going host to young dogs on Yendini is also more coney. After they come in, I'll make media and I'll make media. And I'll on the media. I won't go to that near any those. Key host, but all the media will a key host. Why a Gina Punk key host? When you found John there, found John Miller, like Kennedy, don't know each and every before. Why isn't Ketaji web position? Okay, can be the warm up online, not collating. Oh, we won't the town. Okay, here I'm now. Okay, more than fundraising. Mother, mother, after the book, a bag of homeless. That's only okay, you know, stop on you. Or joke case and about those people. Because this thing, they may not keep us in the air, quiet was in every fundraising. Last time, no. Fundraising normally. It's in to my program down because of because I'm on case I can't tear off. So I'm told the agent because of here millennium, which was all the sacrifice, which is a basic, where they know today. Now this is struggle. Agent because of this is small thing. I tell him the Gakajani in the Kalila Kaja. Who we will make all blackmail, all go Yoshi. My neighbor, Nabatia, you take a little na media. Who's here? Who's in Nigeria life? I'm making on my distance, but there'll be a check cleaner. So for that one, I'm sorry, I realized my mistake. They made a big mistake for that. And I can just say, I'm sorry. Now, I told him, okay, then my name fundraising because it's I kick him out. Then I kick him out. And my name fundraising. Or Mrs. Negate, come on, because also say, I now, Namibia. So, seeing now, Namibia, you do a taste, or fundraising, I've done a fundraising, no, which I was on that. So, all members of Snake, I want to name is Snake. Thank you very much. And the Pamas Panga again.
Hello?
Very, very sorry. Thank you. Baby.
All right, I have not listened to other voices, so I'm not going to play those ones. But when you listen to her, you'll find out that the exact word if Young Biko used in that her program to explain Erewa is the word Adadorama is using here. Exact word. Onye mechanka, menko. The same word Carolina used that I'm breaking people's heart. I don't know whether what they want is when somebody try to destroy this government, I should allow the person so that I will not break the heart of the person. Nothing concerns me and them, and we don't have anything in common. So if they begin to go astray, to go out there to destroy what they help in building, I should now begin to praise the person so the person will continue to do it what she's doing. This woman, Adadorama, I have warned her secretly more than 10 times, more than 10 good times, not to attack anybody in this cabinet. And what they do is to attack those who are doing something more than them. She told me how the finance minister is being sponsored by Nigeria government. The same accusation against NgoziOrabueze. The same accusation against any other person. Like you see, you hear her, she's saying about Raf Ajare, how Raf Ajare called me a criminal, I still forgive him, and all that. So they want to, at this point of this agitation where we are today, I should continue to be distracted by them. And then the other woman, Carolina, you see, she laid curse on herself, not on me. She said that we are going to cry. I don't know whether she is the God that is going to make me cry, or whether she is the servant of the God that is going to make me cry. But let me tell her, I have seen people that is more than her, not in the struggle, elsewhere. And if her pastor is a witchcraft pastor that is going to make me cry, I want to see that cry. Let me see whether he is God and my own God, who is more superior. I don't look for people's trouble. But let me tell you, do not look for mine, because you will never survive and you will never live to tell the story. I'm not fighting anybody here, but I cannot be watching while you destroy what you joined, what you were part of, building them. And I don't know why it is always, whenever something good is happening in the struggle, devil will possess some people and they will start attacking some certain people. I know how many times these women have approached me to do this and do that to that person and do this to this person. I don't listen to them because I follow my instincts. And once I am convinced that you are this, I will not look back. And because of the people there, the kind of people there, yesterday I was trying to talk to Adadorama. She was shouting in that place, and then I have to ask them to remove her. I'll actually remove her myself from the meeting. So these are not the kind of people I will not come here now and ask questions. Why did you say what you said? Because it's a waste of time. And I cannot be in the same place with people who have this kind of bitterness. She said, she told NgoziOrabueze that she can never forgive me. You heard it from the voice. That she told COS that she can never forgive me. And this kind of person is having meeting with me. And every time I will come, and she will say, oh, my peer, but she is saying that she can never forgive me for what I don't know. From the beginning, I don't know, from the beginning of this whole thing, you are part of the Umuada. From the time, the beginning till now, and you know how this woman jumped all the hurdle up to this point. If I have wanted to punish her for many things that went wrong, she wouldn't be in this government by now. But she managed and managed and managed and she's here. Now she is accusing me of, I don't know what I did to her. You know, Mada, from Umada till now, which many people collected sanction from Umada. Rose was suspended on Umada. Judith was suspended on Umada. If Owubiko and her group was suspended, she was biggest part of it. She scaled through that hurdle, and she came here to now make a voice. How I suffered her in Umada. I don't know what, how that actually happened. So the point now is that because of the level this liberation is at this point, we don't want to entertain any distraction at all. She wants to get a rest, and that rest she will get. Adado Rama, from the voice note and the warning I've given to her over 10 good times, she continued to go outside there to castigate the members of the cabinet. So it's as if she is going to enjoy more of the media war and the media castigation. That's what she has chosen. I believe she's here. So if that's what she has chosen, I'm going to give her 4 weeks. 4 weeks suspension. She can go to media and fight Ogenkere, fight the COS, fight anybody, fight me too. She have the right to do that now. But let me tell you one thing. If you castigate anybody in this cabinet, you will never come back to this government. From today, you are suspended for 4 weeks. The same thing is applicable to Carolina. Carolina is on definite suspension until I'm convinced that her mental health, psychologically, everything is balanced before she will come back. And after that, if she's ready to come back, she's going to contact Imama Dogum that she's ready to come back. But that will happen after 4 weeks. And the suspension is indefinite. So that she will not have blood pressure on this government. The thing is that the time we are now, if you are not ready to take heat of what comes from it, you better give way now. You better resign now because people have died. Your own is only blood pressure. You don't know the blood pressure I have. You don't know what I'm going through as a person carrying all this thing in my head. So if you're having a blood pressure, resign now and take good care of yourself because more heat is coming. A few weeks ago, I was telling people, since we have made a pronouncement of the declaration of Biafra, every arsenal will be released. And that's what is happening now. Today, they have printed flyers, my picture, my child picture, and they are sharing it everywhere. Nigeria military sharing it in Biafra land. And this is just the beginning. More are going to come. Everything in Nigeria know they are going to do it. And these people, what they do is to gather in their small circle and be causing confusion here and there. And then Rama go to her program and start talking as if there is a war in the cabinet. They are creating this kind of, they're creating this kind of scene for people that are viewing them to think that, oh, there is nothing in this government, there is nothing wrong with anybody in this government. Somebody cautioned you yesterday that you are interrupting, I don't know, and that is the right thing. She was talking and you are interrupting her. There's something they have cautioned you about me when I'm talking, especially on an important outing. Don't interrupt me. You continue to do that. And then you take offense. Okay, was correcting you that allow I don't know who to talk so that we can hear what she's saying. After that, you can do whatever you want to do. You were interrupting her. When she was talking, you were talking. Nobody hear what she was saying. And I don't know who being an elder. We have had a policy here. Whenever she is talking, nobody should interrupt her. You came and started interrupting her. And they try to correct you. You pick offense because you already have bad malice against Oge. And every other person you have malice against. Only Samanepa is the good person. It's a lie. If you respect Samanepa, you respect those that Samanepa appointed.
We have had it. It is well loaded. And this is for every Biafran to digest it. That, before this time, we have been saying it. When I come here, I say it. This thing has been happening before now. We have seen a lot in the cabinet. We saw a lot in the cabinet. Something that people are doing today, it is not different from what they have been doing in the past. The only thing is that Mazi Sam, whenever the Prime Minister have been able to manage everybody, he continued to manage, he continued to manage, he continued to manage. Everything you are seeing now has been there all this while. But we are going to a stage now where everything has to be touched. So for those who still somehow pretend to be confused, this very video will help you. The Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, have done everything she can do to make sure that we are focused and we all take responsibility for our actions. The only thing you have to do is to focus now on the government and we move forward. Having had this very video that I played, I will not add anything to it. We are going to go on our closing remark. But before we go to closing remark, we have somebody that joined us newly, Ama Uche. Let us hear from Ama Uche what she had to say. After Ama Uche, then our beloved brother Christian will now say something on the video and then add it with his closing remark and we'll round it up. Amuche, go ahead. Let's hear from you, Amuche. You joined us, just joined us. So let's hear from you, Amuche. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, Amuche.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I greet Biafrans. I greet everyone that's here. I greet DPM. I greet our leader, Majina Bikano. And our PM. Let me shout out for him the way I normally do. Please permit me for one of our dialect Biafra land. Udo! 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 I love you. I love you wherever you are. I love you. You see, all these things that is happening, I'm not surprised because I've been watching them everyone. You understand? You know what surprised me is that the way our people reason. You understand? Our people that they cannot see beyond their nose. It pains me a lot. You understand? And when you see the way all these people treat us, you know, when I tell the people, our people, that the major problem we get is these people that call God. You understand? That's why when you go to Twitter space where we give out the gospel, they always come there attack us, talking about God and religion. You see, if we are genuine fighting religion, fighting for freedom, you see, everything, we should not put sentiment on it. We shouldn't put a sentiment. Look at what is happening. The major problem we get is all these people bringing religion to distract us, bringing God to distract us. We are in this land. Many of us is in Europe. Don't check what is going on here. Can't these people see that this is what they use to tie us down? Where's our PM today? Who hold them? Who hold them? Who are the responsible? Who are the people and that's giving out, dishing out this document that they say they have free land? Who are they? Who did they use? Is it not our same people? These are the same people that is praying. Just look at what come out from human being's mouth. I will never forgive you. I'm angry. And you are my son. Who is your son? Who will you give birth to? Who are you going to give birth to? If you're able to give birth to this one, why can't you give birth to who hold you? Look at somebody calling God. You can't forgive. Yet you tell us you are calling God. You're calling God. PM, PM. Udo, I said you will live long.
You see?
You will live long.
You see?
You will live long because all these people that pretend to love you, that bringing the name of God, I don't know, they can't go. I don't know. You see, that's always I am angry with this. Our people are true. An idiot will stand before you. Will say, "My God shall bless you. My God shall bless you." You say, "Amen, amen." You cannot get up and ask this idiot, this criminal, political pastors. Ask them, "Who is this your God?" You can't ask. These are Biafrans. Genuine Biafra, I'm talking. It's time for you to rise up and go and ask that woman, "Who is this your God? Who is this your God? Who is this your God?" This is their God that they use to hold our freedom. It's the God that hold our freedom down. This is their God that hold our freedom down. Let us open our sense and open our brain and read. is their God. They are the one holding our freedom. They are the one holding our freedom. They don't want us to be free. Let me tell you, let me tell every one of you that are using this God to deceive our people and keeping them captive. Look everywhere, they are done every day. Let me tell you, see the God of our land, the God of our ancestors, the God of our fathers, they are going to fight you. They are going to fight every one of you.
See?
They are going to fight every one of you. Every one of you. You see this group, they were the one they used to submit all those documents. I wonder what, let me tell you now, let me speak. If you are from those states, you are from that land, and you are part of all these things that is happening to us, happening to our leaders. Let me tell you, that our land will swallow all your family.
You see?
You better retreat your step now. Now, when you are now, there is no road. No road there. No road. Is that the freedom we are fighting? Or every time we are what is happening next time? Let me ask these people. What if you are from Esan speaking, or anything connect you within that Esan, those states, you are Biafra, Idibo, and you are against you are part of what is happening to our leader, any of our leader, any of our current leader, the three of them. I bet you, our land will swallow your family, swallow your generation.
You see?
Except you retreat back. I am telling you, I'm very angry at this moment that we cannot see what is happening to us. We can't see what is happening to us. Idiots and Beshunu. Barako. How many of your women are able to marry today? I'm asking you questions. Idiots and idiot do. You are not Biafra. I am not the Biafra. I am not the Biafra. You keep on saying, who are you? Eh? No. That thing you put there, every morning you wake up, you tell him, who are all? Let me tell you, that is what killing you. That about Bini or Bolivar, that's the major problem. You keep on fighting. Don't look at what someone is saying. Don't look at what he's saying. My brother, DPM, Udo, you have really tried. You have tried. I wish you Biafra, you will see Biafra.
You see?
You will live to fulfill the number of the year that God Almighty has destined for you.
You see?
There's nothing will happen to you. Any man, any woman out there pretend to love you. Meanwhile, they are digging grave for you to enter. That grave will swallow their generation.
You see?
They will not live to see it tomorrow.
You see?
They will not live to see it tomorrow. Wherever you are, whether you are here in abroad or back home, you will not live to see it tomorrow. That same figure that we are playing against our PM and DPM, these three, our current three leaders, I bet you, that thing you wish that will happen to you and your family. I say you wish that good. I say you wish that good before you see good. That's only the way you see good. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much for this. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Udo. I love you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. That was a very thunderous speech. That was a very, very amazing one. And I always said it. People should know that this platform belongs to Biafra. Whatever Biafran dialect you speak, come up and speak to your people in your own dialect. Biafra comprises of different dialects, and we are equal stakeholders. Nobody is greater than the other. There is nothing like minority when it comes to Biafra. We are all equal stakeholders. This platform belongs to us. Whichever region, come out, speak to your own people, reach out to your own people in your own dialect. In this platform, it is allowed. You only use English and any Biafran dialect. We are all equal stakeholders. Nobody is greater than the other.
Thank
you so much, my beloved brother. Go on, my brother.
So that was a very, very passionate brother there, you know?
Yes, yes.
Unbelievably passionate. I'm so really, yeah, that is good. Yeah, it's Biafran, right? I mean, Biafra, yes. Costa, yeah, it doesn't matter. So, look, yeah, like I've always said all the time that sometimes when I run into some of our Biafrans from other parts, Coastal region, whatever, I just tell them, look, everything about Biafra is for your own good and for the good of every one of us. Because it's a self-governing system, you know, a genuine, true federalism in its true sense, in its true meaning. It's a government where every region will govern themselves, right? And you have the autonomy to form what you know that is suitable to you. You control your resources, and what's the percentage that has to be paid to federal in the form of tax or whatever. It's just the base system of government, and that's what is practiced in most of the developed world. But they don't want it for us because they don't want us to get better, okay? So it's unfortunate that amongst us, there are people who doesn't understand it. When you, maybe for the fear of Fundibo, or is it envy or laziness? I don't know what it is, but like I said, I can't even go deep into some of the things. But the truth of the matter is that it's all for the development of everybody. You develop yourself, you form your own system, you govern yourself, and get away from this entanglement, this shackle called Nigeria that the Fulanis who are from Futajeron all of a sudden find themselves in a position of power, controlling everybody, controlling resources in your backyard. How shameful is that? That the Tompolos of this world, Asarido Okuba and the rest of them, they become a guide for them, for the resources in their own backyard, for the degradation and the destruction of their land, that the Fulani will not suffer with them, but they are the one. It just is crazy. It is crazy situation. And you are happy to continue in such abnormality, in some subjugation. The oil wells, they own it. The NNPC, they own it. But those resources they are running on is from your land. And you are the one being a watchman, guiding it for them. When you can very well be in charge of it, develop your place, and it's crazy, bro. So, well, that is by the way. So, I hope the people will, for one, use their brain and know that they just have to get away from this evil contraction that they were forced into. Now, as for the video you played, well, of course, I've never seen it before, but it's telling. It's quite telling. And for Adadiorama, I think I listened to her in the past, some long time ago now, and I came to the conclusion that she's just some kind of, how can I put it now? I'm not going to say that because of her lack of academic, whatever. No. I think it's just her personality, you know. I think she's just like a junk, sort of, if I may put it that way. She's just a Confucianist who derives so much joy in gossiping up and down, you know, trying to create problem where there's no problem, who wants to know everything, but she doesn't quite understand the fact that this liberation, this struggle, is not about selling of pepper or granite in the market. This is just beyond your pedigree, you know. But she doesn't see it that way. She thinks that yeah, because she's shouting "Oh, but this kind of thing, therefore that she's really into it. I must know everything. I must. You see what I mean? But she's not equipped. She's just not equipped to handle this kind of stuff. It's unfortunate, but it's also sad that our people, Biafrans, they are not able to discover the fact that, yeah, this woman, you can't just take her seriously. So she just doesn't have, you can't just, obviously. So, but again, we have to, as for these confusions here and there, I'm not surprised. It's to be expected in a struggle like this. And there's nowhere in the world where you have people fighting to liberate themselves that you don't have this internal strife here and there. Because as you are gathering, the enemy is also gathering to scatter, if you know what I mean. Huh? Yeah, so I think that sums it up for today, my brother. And thank you so much. And for every Biafran, let's try and just continue to push on. It's a tragedy. The whole situation is a tragedy. Everything happening, ranging from the mindset, the mentality of the black man. You know, not all for the most part, but what lead to the problem that we are all facing today from inception. And when you break it down to the zoo called Nigeria, it's even worse, you know. And at the end of the day, let's see what happens. You know, I want to, on a lighter note, I wanted to tell you something, because when this issue is a very serious one. What happens to our people worldwide, not just in Nigeria, worldwide? There's an ambassador. Let me just make it briefly. You know, he's late now. He's passed, but he was an ambassador to Guinea-Conakry from Sierra Leone. Happens to live with him at some point. So he was always making he traveled vastly. He's a medical doctor and stuff. So he was always making this joke that when he comes to Africa, he was a minister, later an ambassador, and he said that it's just a joke, sort of, if you will. But anyway, sometimes it makes sense. He said that during creation, that God... Can you hear me, bro?
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, he said that during creation, that God created these planets, different regions, and was then busy, you know, like depositing the various and different mineral resources, natural resources in different places. That he was like, you know, putting everything in Africa: oil, diamond, gold, bauxite, iron ore. It's also that these Europeans, others more or less, they say, "Oh, that why are you being so biased? Why are you putting everything in there? And with us, you left nothing. You did more or less nothing." And I got to tell them not to worry. That as he's putting those things there, that is how he's going to put stupid people there also. So that's how he's going to put stupid people there, and you will see them fumbling and wombling, and we get nowhere. Oh God! Is that what is happening? Tell me. Okay, so that is it, my brother. God bless you. By the grace of God, we'll see tomorrow.
All right, bless you too. That's a good one. Thank you so much. Let's go to Bro Greg. Give us your closing remark, Brother Greg, in 2 minutes.
Yes, Maze, cheers. Thank you so much for today's program. You continue doing good, continue doing well. I greet everybody. I greet our home brother who spoke in Asian language. Yeah, I greet you. I have an Asian friend, very close Asian friend here, even though he doesn't believe in Biafra. But one day he will believe, because after the Uromi, this thing he was trying to talk, this thing, I say him that his eyes will one day be totally open. So that eye is still closed. But Uromi show is showing them the sign that they are not safe. Even the Alba, I believe we use them as a business, as the governor is using them as a business. When Obaseki was there, I reminded him that any southern governor that is not sanctioned from the Fulani cannot stay. He was telling me it's not true. I gave him instance. When the, what do you call him? When the Oshomole was bringing Obaseki, the Oba of Benin was not in support of Obaseki because of their historic problem. Then Dangote have to intervene. And Dangote called the Oba of Benin and tell him that he is in support of Obaseki to be the governor of Edo State. That if anything Obaseki did wrong, that he should call him as the Oba should call him Dangota to talk to him, but he is installing Obaseki as a governor of Edo State. And eventually it happened. So when I was telling him that there is no any southern governor that comes without the Fulani handprint on it, he was doubting. So, but this very one now have shown him that what I was telling him is truth. Now he started believing. I tell him, you have not started because your eyes will open totally one day. So I greeted Bodaye, that our Asian brother, Amuche. So in other side of it, the video you played here, every reasonable man, every reasonable person, we know that that woman is a confusion in what is the problem in the cabinet and in the media. This is somebody who doesn't want somebody to advise her, and she doesn't want the correction, and she wants everybody, every Dick and Harry, to hear and obey and do what she said. When she is in everything wrong. So another Rama is a complete confusion. She's having a confusion spirit. So when she started, she was telling everybody that she speaks Igbo, and any other person can go and preach Biafra in their own language, that she is Adandubo and Adada Rama, Adandebandegede, and that she can only speak Igbo. Nayaga school, that she's not educated, and nobody will force her to speak Igbo. She wants only her message to be going to the Igbo people. And when you listen to Adada Rama, go to any of Adada Rama program. Her Igbo in that program, in any program, will be maybe 25%. The rest will be in English. So what she speaks is not even Igbo. She speaks Igbo, what Pericom, not Oliver could call it Igbo. Every single word she will put English, and she have never in any of her programs speak Igbo for at least for 3 minutes without adding anything in English, adding any English on it. That shows she is not an Igbo lady. And when somebody say, you will stand on your word. Before you speak any word, that word will come from that Ndombo spirit. Because Ndombo never speak in two different ways. Ndombo never lie. Ndombo never propaganda. Ndombo are people who stand on the truth. That is why they call them Ndubo and Adajana. Adajana, you can never see one single word on his or her mouth. Any person that's really called herself a traditionalist person. So she failed totally. She's a liar. Look, if it's somebody that have shame, she doesn't have shame on his eyes. It doesn't have shame on his face, on her face. Anything that have to do with shame is not in her in any way at all. She doesn't have shame. Because somebody who have shame, you like the first one, there is evidence. You like the second one, there is evidence. You like the third one, there is evidence. You like the fourth one, there is all these lies. There is evidence to show that you are a liar. And you are telling people, you are talking to Ndubo, you are talking to Ndibo, you're talking to Ndajan. A completely lie. So I pronounce that woman, Mama Ashina, Anna, I don't know. Before I close, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze come out and say, I am from this place. Go in Onitsha. Go to Gatam Hall meeting. Go there and identify who I am. Let Adada Rama come and identify herself with her name and her town and her village. Let the so-called 70 years old evil woman that called herself Onowu, identify herself. Who is Onowu? Who is your father? What is your real name? And what is your parents' original name? And from which community did this woman came out from? The so-called liar, 70 years old woman, Ada Onowu. Who is your father? In which kingdom was your father Onowu? Call the community. Show us your CV. DrNgoziOrabueze brought her CV. Let the whole world know her origin, where she went to school in Nigeria, and those records are there. You can go and verify. But you, old woman, continue lying to the Biafrans, causing the woman that did not do anything, and the same thing you are still doing today. So my joy is that anybody that calls any person that is upright and righteous, those calls to return back to her, because a 70 years woman who is causing a woman that did not do her anything, causing with generations, and she is a woman that might have by this time have grandchildren. She is returning those curses to her own generation, because God give her the grace. Maybe she have children and she have grandchildren, and now she's laying curses upon those grandchildren. And you tell me that that woman is a woman that's come from Onowu family. She is a liar. Let her come and tell us where is her community, from which community was her father or her mother or her people become Onowu in any Igwe kingdom. Let her come and tell the Biafrans. She is an evil woman. She spoke Hausa very well, and she is accusing Dr. NgoziOrabueze that doesn't speak Hausa, neither did she hear Hausa. Now she was born in Hausa. Let her come and tell us what connection did she have with Hausa people that make her to speak Hausa fluently, even more than the Igbo language. That she can speak Igbo Hausa without adding English, but she cannot speak Igbo without adding English. So let Ada Onowu come and tell us where was her father Onowu in Igbo land, and that community want to know. That is the message to her this afternoon. And with that, I will close. She is a liar. She is a deceiver. And another thing they're trying to do, they want to send message to the people who are paying them. Now we are attacking this government, even we are speaking it in Hausa, so that you people will know the level and the extent we have gone to. So, but they will fail and fail and fail and fail again. Thank you, Mazi, and all the men on the room and all the Biafrans. God bless Biafra. We will reach our own destination. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for your support and immense contribution every day. Stay blessed. My sister Ojugo, you are welcome. Thank you for joining. Just give us your words. We are almost running. Go ahead, my sister.
Yes, I'll make it short. I joined very late. But I think that our brother that came in and spoke in Igbo language, though different dialect, and that's why Chooks always said this channel is for every Biafra. Come along, speak that dialect. I was driving to work, but I was loving it. I was like, wow, this is good, So we encourage every other person, please come up, speak that language. I mean, nobody will tell you now to save your life, because even now.
Yes, so.
That's what we are in now. So, community they will wipe them out. They are coming in thousands, in millions, spreading themselves everywhere. So, we really need to. I zotagodunu anawezobute, azotagodu the Biafra, our land. Then, 2 years we manage here. But let's focus and get these enemies out of our land. That should be our priority. For like yesterday, I know I made mention of this this serpent woman called Chika. I don't know if I want to put that Mary in her name. Chika, Ike, Adam, Ndo Ashe, Nandama. You know, all her thing is, you don't give what you don't have. That woman, Chika Ike, Adade Orama, for people to know who I'm talking about, don't have happiness and joy in her life. From her history, for somebody of her age, somebody that have 5 kids, 5 husbands, with 5 fathers, how somebody without illiterate like her got to where she is now at France? Are we imagining that? Why is her hair white, retired, ashawo? That's how you know them. Do you see her nails? How she put it? These are things she used to advertise herself. She's not in this struggle to do anything positive. No. She uses it as an avenue to advertise herself. She don't have joy in her life. That's why if you give her any dime, $1, she start crying like a busu, or like a cat on your shoulder, because that's her aim, to get somebody to herself. Her plan, she targeted the PM, she targeted every other man that is in that place. So she will not let her tell us how she got to France where she is. And I think she speaks Hausa too. So that's all those things connect her with the old woman in California. You know, so those are people that fought Biafra war. They fought Biafra war. I don't know who was already born during that Biafra war. Biafra war, they could not get Biafra war, and then your children now got up now trying to fight to get that Biafra back. You, as a mother that's supposed to be there to support the children of this time, trying to get what you could not get at that time. You're siphoning their money. What a cost. What a cost. Bringing curses upon themselves, shame upon their children. And my thing is that, do their kids, oh my God, does their kids see them doing this? Napo had these gadgets. Yeah? Okay, if you get that voice, you can put that. Even Simon, the PM Simon Ekpa, was listening to conversation of Ada and the Carolina. She didn't even know. Yeah. She didn't know Simon was already there. Listen. Do you see? Carrying gadgets, carrying phone that you don't even know how to operate. And you are contacting men on ground. Why wouldn't they get them? Why wouldn't they get them? You don't know how to handle this gadget. Get out. And somebody saying she don't have shame. Which shame? Ashawo? Ashawo never shame. Ashawo never shame. Ashawo don't have shame. Nkita aracha go hanya o kande ba isi ekwie. Na nkita aracha onya hanya. So she has no shame. Because if it's me, I know this is happening. Oh my God, I would have run under my distance. Because this is a cost to you, to your children. How does your children will go to school and all this is you're saying is there in the YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said yesterday, cut off cancer. If this were cut off for a long time, maybe things will be better by now. But I'm happy it's not yet too late. This is government, and you can never fight government. We're able to fight Nigeria because Nigeria was not cemented in a good foundation. It doesn't have a good foundation, so anything can blow it out. But you see this government, nothing, no wind, no earthquake will bring it down, because it's built on a very solid foundation with the blood of our innocent youth. Thank you, my brother, and all those listening.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. We appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. And we come to the end of the program. My beloved brother Amuche, are you still there? Is Amuche still there?
Yes, brother, I'm here. Thank you.
Please
Thank
just
you.
give us one last word in
Okay.
Ishan. You can speak to address the Ishan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Just 1 minute.
Our sister that just spoke, just like greet you. Thank you very much. And that our brother, those that have spoken. Thank you very much. Although I was just on break, then I saw your line. I came immediately.
Okay. We would like to see you more
yes.
time, please.
Yeah, okay, no problem. You know, sometimes when I come, they used to kick me out. You know, even the space now I want to go there, they don't allow me to enter. So always kicking me out. Yeah. Okay, what I want to say is this. Everybody have spoken well. You see, for me, this freedom, since 2019, I joined this freedom, you understand? I'm not going back because I know what's it called? A citizen. When someone, do you know what it means? Having your own national ID card. My people, they don't understand what is going on. Last time, when we did that first space, that's the first one, last week. After that, I got a message from this Biafra, this our government. That's the school side that my ID card, that our ID card was so pretty. When I got the message, I was very happy. You see, this is what I ever wished for. My brother, let me speak in it before I speak that language. When you go to Africa languages, here, Africa countries, especially Libya, my brother, my sister and your sister, they are selling them. They didn't tell me. I was there. Then when we talk of freedom, you will be fighting. You say no. Me, I'm not here to paint matter. I'm not here to paint church. Everything must go down for us to be free. That's what I believe. And that's how to fight freedom. In freedom, there's nothing like settlement. I'm not in for settlement. When I speak, sometimes they tell me, don't religion. This is your problem. This is the problem we have. Suleiman is there. Ask them, help me ask the dope people. If Suleiman is a complete Christian, let them go ask him. Apostle Suleiman. Let them help me to ask him. Is he a complete Christian? What do they get for him? What they get for him? Suleiman defy your daughter, he defy your wife, he defy your grandmother, he defy everything defiable. What do you get from Suleiman? Nothing. When we are talking of freedom here, you hear, no, I'm not here for joke, I'm not here for sentiment. I'm here with all my heart. The land of Biafra is watching me, those states is watching me. If I come here to play propaganda, or to tell lie, or to pretend, the land is watching me. The spirit of God, the God of ancestors is watching me. It's watching me. My brother, if you go to Afema, you go to East and see what is happening there. We are calling of Enugu. Go there, go and see what is happening. Where this criminal comes from. Only once they call him for him to come ahead. He showed himself. He collect money and went to America. Michael Zekome. I'm asking the dope people today, which people is coming to save you? Is it Michael Zekome or Oshomole, the monkey of Edo State? Oshomole that sold you to APC, which is a terrorist government. Is it the one that's coming to save you? I'm just asking, it's a question. It's a question. Let me tell you, let me make it clear now. You see about Bini, the job, the same thing. How Opus Odima is in the other side. That's all about Bini is there for those states. But people don't understand what is going on. They don't understand. If they don't understand, they will not know. They will not know. Let me count it for you now. Let me just count it for you. Let me tell. whether get more, whether the banker, whether the onije, agboni, then where say pon, where say wosa, where say bele, where say wado, igwebe, ubiaja, epoma, eje yeribo. Ain't no sabo you very well. Hey, I dare you, I'm not sabo you. Come here and give me toss down. I don't know. Now tell me freedom with freedom. Give a man guano. Give him not the cano, you know. It's a map, you know. Oh, ye. Babe all over. Almost about all my horse about Haribo. A Babelaka. All your children are doing pursuits outside. Somebody came and said, no, enough is enough. You are against that person. Where's your children? Where's your female? Where are they? Are you not ashamed that a man cannot come and pay money your daughter's head? All those head that's there. All those head that you are doing fighting us. Tell her to put my handle down. Mama palo. Yega outside, hey, bully for the Biafra, Mama palo. If I must palo, if free don't pano, if Biafra pass about the neighbor, or if I came out of it, Idipo, or Latima. Why do someone know? Someone Homova, or someone Jorarioko, the man is Jorarioko, or someone Vareka, Jorarioko, or someone Jorarioko, Bama Nemo. Yage more than the family, more than what I'm now. In contract, in Monday, or I demand bully for the bear. In Monday, go from the referendum, or Meminata, they should never me, rather than not soon. If I go, if I Biafra, based on the right of they not tell you what they said. They said they are hunters. Do you think they are lying that they are not hunters? Who are the animals? It is you.
Exactly.
You are the animal. If you don't have sense, you come here, you will get sense. They tell they are hunters. People say, no, it is true, they are hunters. You are the animal. Uwe erame ne kwalokia, uwe orerame. Hunter de kemata no, uwe erame. Ege seba de tenwa, ibarebe ba palo. Yego bob bini, emane yotoso. Emane yotoso. Vamos kuwa money. Varebe ba kuwa kube. Igo nini va contribute. That 10% varen Suleiman. Apostle Suleiman. Let me just shock you now. That money you are still contributing for the CCG, resident pastor in Abuja, the son was shot dead while he was kidnapped. They demand 30 million. Go and check your news. It's not my father's news. Go and check it there. Go and check it. You don't say, okay, I don't know. I don't know what make it okay, no. If you're more about free Libya or free Africa, when you go, do you have an ID card? Instead of giving you ID card, they are giving Malu. Malu, that's what they are giving ID card. If Malu had ID card, ma tell everything about everything about money. Why you not about Michael Zekome? That's where Michael Zekome come from. That's where what is it? Adam Osama the same place. East and West. And you know about it. I say you should the same thing. Everybody, let me tell you what we call for now. Self-defense has been defended by Biafra government. We are not looking for Biafra again. Biafra is already the store. As you are there in the donor, you are in Biafra land. Okay, Biafra way. USB actual, USB, United States of Biafra. You go never that contribution by the doctor. Bare ni go nire. Obare no bare areba. Bare ni go nire, bare contribute. If Biafra bare fo, just defense Magwalo. Why Imarebe must go back because Nigeria fall. Nigeria ni ni aruniba. Any ni aruniba ribo. Biba say me Obasa Kibala Emani Bolu. How many years? Mokyo for Joseph Emani Bolu. Bolu. Adam Oshobole. Do you have hospital? When hospital? When I'm there? What's up with you? You can't go to your farm. What's up with you? When man is coming back to you. Man, tell us if the man come over, let it come. Samepa. No, get that. You get that. Abale. Batero, election. Edo. Batero. Let me stop here, my brother. Thank you very much for this platform, this opportunity. I love you. I'm here with your clean heart. I don't mean to insult anybody. It's the way the message comes. It's out of love. Please forgive me if I say anything wrong. It's out of love. Please. It's out there you have to put that church aside. Because of us are Christians, they come inside church and kill us. Let us fight for freedom. Without freedom, you cannot be going to that church again. Don't allow Suleiman to hold you down. Don't allow Suleiman to hold you down. Suleiman ko. Suleiman na devil ya nojeti po. Don't allow it to hold you down. Say no. Say no to slavery. The way they go to church there, the way they carry is not the way it is here. Please, let's fight for freedom. Let's all join together fight for freedom first. Please, that 10%, 1%, bring it. We need it. Don't give it to them again. A man supposed to know what they can't stand for you. Have you heard them speak once? I'm a Christian. Have you heard them speaking? No. It's only private freedom. If I remember, I remember, my two, I remember, enyi ma be rebe metri ba rebe ba to ba biomo me ma kwori asoso dodo freedom se me la gwan ba dodo mo bi ba rebe dodo ba agui ba biomo udo I love you DPM I love you mommy I love you. Thank you, brother. Thank you
so much. I appreciate you, my beloved brother. And that brings us to a wonderful end of the program. A lot have been said. There is nothing I can say that is greater than what the guests have said today. Every single person that participated in this program made a very great impact. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect and bless every one of us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you all for being part of this program. See you again tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed.
Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Kama abulezi okwenu Na baka la kelwego nezi enwe Nuboti akala kelwego nudezi Baka na baba nenu waralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lira tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu bana tayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu ubanyo Makana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata million kekwa waja siyenyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano Umu Biafra kuyenwe Can you well for me when I tabano banye? Magalo for me abakama. Na no go no way. Biafra na bekele umunina. Kabon kanye. Wa dati na itele wanye bekele mi. Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. God did not want to chase a moon or be born here. Where's the can argue? I don't know what you quote. The Kemba one of Biafra land the moment. I don't want to go. My phone the boat you the baby the beach and the mountain. I was go to where the Mali Bonine. The word to Malobia from here. To me go to cool. Papa Gis, I can logi Filippo F. Young. I was a one walker who look Kusio na Biafra e kunyo. Na ya bu Biafra ya tulugo enata. Na bulu na ya bu Biafra e kuigo. Loko agule mwata na kana ele. Abagise kana logo nyendu manzi nande kanu. Amadike Biafra kedebe medike. Amadike Biafra bialu.